Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Hey Kay, what's up, girl?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Hey guys in the chat. Hello, Vega. Hey girl. I see that you want me to tell my story today. Hey Bernie, thank you so much for everything. Thanks to moderators in advance. But hello, Bernie. How are you? Let's see. Not so awesome. I can't call you not so awesome, Larry. So hey Larry, what's going on?
Not so awesome. I think that's hilarious, though.
He is awesome.
He
Hey,
is awesome.
Jenny with a Y, the F me. Hello. What eight
Where is
millimeters?
that? I don't see that.
It's right. I put it on the screen. It's like the very first one in the chat. I put it up. I don't know. What does 8M mean?
I hate it when I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't see it?
Oh,
The live chat?
huh? It's okay. Hold on a second. Oh, girl. My other phone started talking in my head, and now it's like I'm hearing you in surround sound again.
Okay. Gotcha.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead. I'm back. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. Don't
Hey,
worry about
guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I be so wrapped up in what Kay talking about, because she got so much loving going on. You just get real raptured into it. So, hey, anyway, so what's
it.
up with
Wow.
y'all?
No, well, no, you don't want to go say that BS and then just kind of glaze past it.
Give myself a hand clap
No,
for that
no,
one. I'm,
we're not
I'm
doing that.
we not. That's what we're not gonna do.
We're not. That's what we're not gonna do today. Continue,
Well,
because nobody knows what we're talking about. I'm not even gonna bring it to their attention either.
okay.
No, 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 no. Continue,
bring
continue,
what to
ma'am,
bring what to their attention.
ma'am.
Okay. Anyway,
Focus.
so today we're talking about side chicken to the grave. And Vega already said she has never been a side chick. So first of all, what is a side chick? What is
Official term of a side chick. Should we Google it for the official terminology?
yeah,
Or
you Google it. 'Cause
let's
that's the
see
stuff
what
that,
Google says.
yeah,
Okay.
what do y'all think a side chick is? I mean, so
My
you
opinion of what a side chick is, as I'm trying to pull this up, but my opinion of what a side chick is if a dude has a full-time woman
okay.
and then he's hitting something on the side. Some people think it's just somebody you hitting, but you don't have a relationship with. But there has to be a main relationship for you to be a side piece to it. You don't have
Okay.
dinner without the main dish. You got to
Mm-hmm.
have a main dish, and then you got your sides.
Okay.
So hold
All
on.
right. That's
Let
a
me
good
see.
definition for a side chick. Bernie, you ever had a side chick? I'm not gonna ask Awesome Larry. I'm just not gonna ask him because I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to have a broken heart because he's awesome. So
But
and
he seems to think he's not awesome.
and then he has that. Then he has this. His icon looks so sweet and innocent. So I don't want to mess that up in my head. But Bernie, since you have your human icon up, avatar, have you ever had a side chick?
I
Okay, you ever had a side chick?
That's an official no.
Well, I got scared. You had to
I
think
took
about
too
it for a
long to
moment.
answer. Is
Right.
that no?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Nah, nah. That means nothing. I'm not trying to change up my diet. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. So what's up? So you looked it up?
Mm. Oh yes, I did it. And then I got distracted.
Distracted with
Okay,
what? It's just us.
so filter a mistress. A side chick is a mistress.
Mm-hmm.
She's a woman man dates in addition to his girlfriend or wife.
Mm-hmm. So just being greedy. Is there ever a good reason to have a side chick, or is there ever a good reason to
Oh,
be a
there's a
side
reason for
chick?
anything. There's a reason to delete somebody. I mean, there's a reason
Yeah.
for everything. So, good reason or not. So, what is a good reason to be a side chick? Is that the question?
Yeah. Is there ever a good reason to be a side chick? Is there ever a
If
good reason? Let's say you with a man, right? Like this man is married, right? But then like he's like really sick and his wife is such a bitch and she wasn't taking care of him. And that side chick is there to lift his spirits. Is that not a good reason to be a side chick?
Sure, take one for the team.
That's not a
Girl,
good
bye.
reason. We
You
say,
know, now, but on that note, there are some people that with medical conditions that have given their spouse permission to go get
mm,
it elsewhere as long as they stay emotionally detached.
wow. And you know the one thing they say not to do, that's the main thing they're gonna end up doing. That because that's just how that go.
Exactly.
Have you have
So,
have you ever been a side chick though?
no, I've never been a side chick. Oh.
No.
No, I just think, no, I'm just kidding. No, I've never.
That's what I'm talking about. I've been a side chick. I
No.
actually did. I accidentally been a side chick. Mhm.
Well, I don't for you to officially be a side chick, I think you need to know that you're the side chick. I think it has to be done with intention. Otherwise, because you thought you were the girlfriend otherwise. You see what I'm
Um.
saying? You thought you were the girlfriend if you didn't think you were the side chick. If you didn't know you were the
Well,
side chick, then you think you're a girlfriend.
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I'm gonna tell it to you.
You're gonna tell it live and live in
Uh,
color.
I don't
Okay.
care.
Oh, I forgot
I
my
didn't.
necklace. Go
We
ahead, I'm
see
listening.
Georgie Porgy says nothing wrong with side chicks. They don't want no headaches or normal relationship. Okay. Let me see. Some side women will
Some side
call.
chicks.
You said what happened?
No, I was just saying some side chicks in response to Georgie Porgy.
Yeah, some side women will call the wife and push them to divorce their husband. That's so stupid. Oh, Vega said, she said, I have been invited to be a side chick though, isn't it? How do a man invite you to be a side chick? Like how I mean, how smooth is that? I've been invited to be a side chick plenty of times,
Yeah,
but of
and
course
that's
they don't dress it up as that, you know.
yeah. Well, I mean, some men are bold enough to put it out there like that, and they're telling you up front they got a wife and they're never gonna leave their wife, so they don't have to say, "Hey, you want to be my side piece?" But if they come to you and they're straight up, "Look, I got a wife. I'm never gonna leave my wife, but I'm offering you some of me. I give you 2 solid days a week. I will spend buku money on you. I'll do this, that, and the other, but I'm never leaving my wife." Did he just tell you, "I want you to be my side chick"?
Right,
He
exactly.
did, but he didn't have to say a word. He
Right.
didn't
Not
have to say, "I need a side chick," but he offered you the only position that's available.
right. Only position,
He
Lord
didn't
have
offer you a
mercy.
management position. He didn't offer you upward mobility. He told you up front, "You will never get a promotion because
Mm.
this
Mm,
person is
mm,
staying in
mm.
this position. I'm never leaving her. That
Mm, mm,
position's
mm,
full
mm,
forever."
mm.
So all you could be is a side piece. What else did he offer you? He just didn't put it in those words, but you know what he meant. So you have to
Right,
agree to that.
right. But sometimes you tricked into it. Hey, a story to tell what's going on. Hey, Georgie Porgy, I believe you were here with us before, but thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, welcome. Yeah, girl. So, have I tell you about my little boo? Well, you know, one of my little young. I know he was a young
Let's
one too.
see.
He played the hell out of me.
Girl, I just snorted. What? Oh my God, stop. I need to hear this story. Okay. This is one of the times you weren't speaking to me?
Probably.
Okay, okay.
You know,
All right, okay.
I do the stupidest shit because I have no one accountable to.
Right. You don't want me to tell you, and you know better. You're not about to do this.
Cause,
You don't want to hear it.
yeah. So I met him online. First, no. Online is cool. Online is cool. But I went home online, and so we met and everything. He was like an hour away, and so we met up or whatever, and it was like a full blown thing. I would be at his house. He would be at my house. I mean, he would spend the night. I would spend the night. It's a whole thing, girl. We just had a whole thing. He had kids,
Okay.
met the
Was this,
kids.
hold on, was the sex good?
It was okay.
Just okay.
But
Okay.
he was a baby. He was a baby, so he was kind of cute. He's a baby. Anyways, I'm getting all
He
lost
wasn't
in
too much a baby because he was playing your ass. So
girl,
go
what?
ahead.
Okay, so so before we actually met, hello, Melissa Jane. Thank you for coming. I believe it's your first time. He says passing through, showing support. Thank you so much. Appreciate that so much. So he was like, so before we met, I always ask men because I know how men are. I will ask you directly. I don't beat around the bush. I don't hope for the right answer or for the wrong answer. I want to know, are you married? Okay. So the
Okay.
first red flag was he didn't answer it at first, but it was we was texting. I was asking through text. Okay, so it was like a lot of rustling around, so I wasn't really on top of it. And I thought maybe he was busy, and so I went on and asked another question. I said, "Well, do you have children?" And then he did answer that. So we get on the phone, and so I was like, "Whoa, hold up, are you married?" He's like, "Nah." He said it real stuff like that, "Nah." So okay, I asked a direct question. Okay, whatever. He was honest about the
Mhm.
kids, so I didn't think he would lie about the wife. Me being stupid. Anyway, so we had this full blown thing for like 6 months, girl.
Ooh, you thought you was the boo.
No, you didn't try to play me on our own show. No, you didn't. Anyway, yeah. But Kay, why would I have thought that?
Okay, sorry.
Yes, I got soul play, girl. I thought I was the boo, honey. We would go out in public in his town.
Hmm.
Like I
You was
said,
spending the night at his spot.
in his bed, his wife's bed that I didn't know about it. I meet his young children old enough to talk.
Hold on, it wasn't Derek Jackson, was it?
I wish. I wish my
this
life was better.
this
Yeah,
sound like some
exactly.
Derek Jackson. Okay, go ahead. So
Okay.
you spent time with the kids. You met the kids?
Yes. This
Oh,
this
he
dude was
involved the kids in this bullshit.
he was a bona fide one. He was a real one, girl.
He played you good because that'd have played me too. I'd have fell for that too. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
And then whenever I wanted to see him, it was never a problem. So this was the thing. So was before social media was really big. So Facebook was out, but I wasn't really into it, right? So for some, women, we have to listen to our intuition. Not so let me see. Let me catch up with the thing real quick. 6 months bananas. Yes, it was bananas. Hey, my vivid life. That's my baby now. Okay, I'm sorry, but my vivid life is my baby now. So you just gonna have to understand it's the three of us. I'm just joking.
Who, me?
You ain't trying to
Oh,
get
you
none of
talking about
that.
me?
Oh, you see, youngish. They see. Youngin had her on cloud nine. Yeah, that young boy had me, boy, because I'm a sucker for young boys. But yeah, I got real play. I got soul play. Okay, so you didn't see any of these signs. That's the thing. Not so awesome, Larry. I could see him if I wanted to. He would spend the night. I would spend the night. I was in his city. We would go out to dinner. My God, what other
You had a
signs?
full blown relationship.
Yes, but I was never his girlfriend because I had just gotten out of a divorce. So it was just one of those things. So maybe because I was in that out of divorce mindset, I wasn't really on top of my game. But what game could have been? I'm in his city, going around town with him. What else to expect? All right, so I found out because my woman intuition kept nagging me and telling me, girl, he got a wife. It just didn't make any sense. When a man is just too perfect, it got to be
Hmm.
something wrong. And granted, he had like 2 kids and stuff like that. But it was like it was just. Everything was just flowing too well, but then we would still fight. So he still want to pick fights with me sometimes. And then it was really passionate. Anywho, so I look on the Facebook and I saw a woman on there, but it wasn't
You
like
what?
I saw a woman on his face. Well, she commented something, but it wasn't like they were coupled up or anything. And she wasn't really on his page. Well, I went or whatever like that. And he had like a really unique last name. So that I pull up the last name, so hers pull up. So actually I went to her page, but she really didn't have him. Long story short, he was in one city. She went back to college in another city to do her graduate work. I'm not going to say what kind of work because it'll make it super obvious. She went back to do her graduate work. So he was at home keeping the kids working, putting her through school. That's what, and I guess during that time they were having some issues, I guess for a whole 6 months, obviously. And that's how I found out. So even I confronted him because exactly. So how can you, but the only thing is let me meet his kids and he was having me around town. So he was just ballsy. He just had really big cojones, really, mucho grande cojones. I mean, oh, girl, it was crazy. So, even okay. So when I kind of suspected, but I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, such and such, are you married? And he was like, no, I'm not married. How can I be married? And I'm, all with you. Da, 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 da. So I was like, okay, okay.
What
It's
made you suspect? What made you suspect?
Oh, I'm sorry. My woman intuition. I don't know
Just your
what it is.
intuition.
My intuition, because and then things was just too, we were just too perfect. It was just, when something is too perfect, it got to be some BS to it. You know what I'm saying? Even though we were have our little fights or whatever, I thought that was to make the sex hot. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, homeboy. So I finally found out for sure he was lying. He was gonna lie to the death of it, y'all. He was Oh, sorry. He was going to lie to the death of it. He was still lying. And so I let it slide because I really was hoping it was a lie because I really was having like such a great time with him. Anyway, so
Oh, Georgie Porgy said you should have just, kept writing that out. Imagine if you hadn't said nothing. You wrote that lie till the wheels fell off with him.
I know all three of us. And Vega said, I know Larry, maybe women's clothes. I didn't go through the closets or anything. It was like the bathroom, but she had totally moved out. But I didn't go in the closet. So I wasn't really snooping around, but I did like typical stuff like bathroom stuff. It was like, do-rag brush and do-rags and,
Right.
it
You
was
saw no hint of a woman.
no, I really didn't. I really did not. And he had no daughters. It was nothing but boys, two boys. So, it was nothing feminine. It was just crazy. And so he lied to me too. He couldn't lie anymore. And I don't know what was the hard evidence or whatever. So, and then after that, I was like, I said, I don't deal with married men. I don't. And I really don't, because married men, they're very selfish. I don't know. Am I telling the truth on that, Kasha? Do I deal with married men? I think I do I?
I don't believe you have.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because
And definitely not knowingly.
right. I'm a Leo, so I like to think that I'm the queen of whatever I'm dealing with. So I don't see myself submitting to such a scenario.
You can't submit to a man like that.
You're right. Exactly. All right.
You good.
Exactly. So he lied to me the very end, and then after I just cut him off, and then he's like, we're not doing well, and the whole kits and caboodles that
I'm not happy. I want to
right,
leave.
and then it was
But
kind of
because of the kids.
right,
That
exactly,
okay.
right, because of the boys. And so it went on a little longer than it should have. And I was like, hold on, what the hell am I mean, he had me wrapped up for 6 months, y'all. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you was in your
saying?
feelings by then.
Yes,
You deep
I
in
was
your
very,
feelings by then.
yes, we had like such a great time. Like he was so great.
But the sex was just okay,
Yeah,
right?
the sex was just okay. But he was a baby boy, so well, I just got over it. It was just more,
Yeah,
it just
that was God. Thank you. Get me away
yeah.
from this lame dick.
It wasn't lame, but he was just young. So, he just it was so it's some more things
He
he could
was
have learned.
teachable,
Yeah,
malleable.
yeah, yeah. So I understood that. It's not like he was an older man and suck. He
Were
was a
you
young
teaching?
boy.
Were you teaching?
I mean, we had to do something.
Was it
Shit,
getting better?
I was in the bed. Yeah, yeah. And then he liked that
Okay.
one. And he had like that one thing I did. He really liked it. So,
Okay. Okay. Anyway, what are we talking about today? We're talking about
I mean, it's being a side
side
chick.
chicken to the grave.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. So he
what's
was
the
trying to do
cutoff
that.
date for side chicken? That's not going to, I mean, come on. If you're a side chick, think about this. What is your long-term plan? you can't possibly plan to do this to the grave because those looks are not going to last. I'm just saying.
Right. It's
So
really not.
what is your goal? You can't. What is your cutoff point? Do you say, okay, after 30, I ain't doing this BS no more? You taking that to 50? What they call let me use some terminology. And a girlfriend of mine and I used to use. We call it pussy worry. Pussy worry is when you have gray hair on your pussy. All right.
Oh
Now
God.
that being said,
I'm sorry, what do you call it?
pussy worry.
Worry?
Worry. Yeah, because
Oh,
worrying causes gray hair.
red. Okay, I never
So
heard it
now
that way.
your pussy is worried.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's got gray hair coming out. That's
Gotcha,
so we call it
gotcha.
pussy worry. Okay. Now, all of that to say, are you going to be side chicken till you got pussy worry?
Mm-hmm.
When there's gray hair on it, baby, what is your game plan? Because
Right, for
nobody's
real.
looking for that. What's your
Right.
game plan? And dyeing it is not a good option. So what is
Right.
your game plan? Like I remember years ago when I was
Mm-hmm.
doing the in-home parties, one of my hostesses decided she wanted a stripper, which this was quite commonplace. And this guy shows up. And first I had to do a double take because I literally thought my daddy was walking through the door. The dude looked just like my father. Okay.
Okay.
But on top of that, he was old enough to be my father. And I was like, oh, boo boo, you can't strip to the grave. Come on, what's
Uh-huh.
your game plan? What's plan B?
Right, exactly.
Even if you're good looking and your body holds up well,
But still, it's at a point where it's
it's still
embarrassing.
gonna show some age. So you cannot strip to the grave. Your body isn't even gonna move the same way. I don't care how much you work out and stay fit, you know, things the bones gonna start getting brittle. So you
Right.
gotta have a game plan. And what is your game plan
Right.
beyond stripping, beyond side chicken? What is your
Hoeing.
game?
Besides,
Because
beyond
eventually
hoeing.
your chances of marriage go down daily.
Right. Okay. I
So,
mean, second
and
by
if that's
second,
what you're doing
honey.
with yourself and you're letting everybody run through it, those numbers they multiply while they decrease.
Let
So,
me address Georgie Porgy. He says,
mhm.
but you see how you got those good memories. At the end of the day, we get old, and that's what we got. No, I mean those weren't. Those. I mean, I have the memories, but no, that's something I should not have been part of. I should not have been
But
tricked into being
you
any
weren't
man's side
privy
chick.
to all the information you needed for that. So you didn't make a bad choice in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna run after this married man." So
I
you're
mean, but
not
still,
responsible for the actions he took to deceive you into thinking you were in something else.
right? He totally
That all
lied.
falls back on him. He built a whole lie
Right, a whole, and they wanted me to
to
stay a
keep you
part of
around.
it. Girl, he stole this.
Right.
This been like probably this shoot. This probably been 15 years ago. But don't you know that little boy still calling me, still bugging me? I'm like, damn, boy, is that
Huh,
good?
baby, he's not a little boy.
I know
He's not a little boy no more.
he's
He,
a
he's
baby.
15 years older, baby. Okay, he's over 30 unless he was 15 then.
His
So,
little bad self. I
no, he's
forgive
not,
him.
baby. No.
I forgive him. I forgive him. He's just a baby.
I'm
He didn't know
sorry.
no better.
The dick
He
wasn't
was-
even good. Why are we forgiving him? You
I mean, I'm
forgive
not.
good dick. We don't forgive mediocre dick. So what do we hope to gain from
but,
that?
but, but,
Nothing.
but, but he was young, so it wasn't as bad. It was his young. It was his young dick. So it wasn't bad per se. It just needed. It wasn't seasoned. You know what I'm saying? He might be seasoned now, but I'm not finding out because he's still married. Like, boy, even if he were to get divorced, oh, you know what, Kasha?
Mhm. What you
Mm-mm-mm.
talking to?
I forgot. I did have that one thing. I forgot. But I wasn't a side chick.
Technically, you were. Oh, but go ahead.
Totally forgot about that. But I wasn't a side chick. Anyway, just because you can't have it all, still can't be happy. No, Georgie Porgy. It just Costa's like, oh snap, son. I know. Okay, you. Oh shit.
Okay.
Uh,
No, we straight. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm going. Just yeah. I mean, Georgia. It's just. It's first of all, it's not right. It's not ethically right. It's not spiritually right.
Is Georgia Porgy really trying to justify side piecing?
Right, he is. Oh my God, he
Is he
is.
justifying it for the side chick, or is he justifying it for the male hoe?
He's justifying it so he can get all the taken and not have to do any of the giving. That's what he's trying to justify. Yeah,
He don't want to have to repent for his sins. He wants his sins to be okay, so they aren't
right.
sins anymore. No, it's stupid. If she signed up for that willingly, now when she's unknowingly the side piece, I can't blame her because she thinks she's in a relationship. But if she signs on to be a piece of ass for another man, rather it comes with financial benefits or not, if he's paying for the service, if he's not paying for the service, um, either way, I have no idea where I was going with this. I forgot.
You dumb. Anyway, so
I had a whole point. I promise you I did. I was going somewhere with that.
let me read this while you get your ish together over there. Vega says, when I am old on my deathbed, the last thing I'll be thinking is, gosh, I'm so glad I banged all those strange men. Thank you,
Thank
Vega.
you, Vega. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Adrian, how you doing, girl? Adrian,
What's up?
have you ever been a side chick? I just told a story. I'm not sure if you heard
Knowingly
it.
or unknowingly?
Knowingly or unknowingly ever been a side chick. Like I've been unknowingly been a side chick for like 6 months. And then I probably let it go on for like another 2 months afterwards, because he said, when you're so wrapped up, I was just so like, I just could not believe it. I mean,
I
I was
got a question, all off subject though. How do you
right.
fall for a dude with mediocre dick? I'm just trying to mentally, how do you get there? How do you get your feelings involved like that?
Well, because it just depends on what you're a sucker for. I mean, first and foremost, yes, great sex is my priority. But it wasn't but it wasn't bad sex. He was just young, and he was so cute, and so he was so bad. When you're an older woman, you have those young boys. You can't get mad at them because they so young and bad. It's like an untrained dog. Or they pee on the floor and you beat them on a newspaper, and then you give them a snack. Like. That's how it is.
I don't think it's supposed to work that way. But
that's how it
okay.
is. So I just beat him with a newspaper, and but don't get it twisted, y'all. But to all the story, trust me, it got messy. I ended up calling his wife. Yes, I was one of those. Sure
Ooh.
did. She was, but I
didn't
didn't
talk to you.
I just wanted to hear her voice and tell her man is cheating. I hung up. I didn't say who it was.
Oh, you did a whole punk ass move.
Yeah, I did. Because I just wanted to spank his butt with a newspaper. I didn't want to rub his nose in it. I just wanted to let him know I can get crazy. Don't play with me. And then some other stuff happened, but it's all good.
You got a restraining order?
And no, it doesn't. It should have been, but he didn't do it. So
okay, so no law enforcement was involved.
He was cool. That's why he is. That's why he can still hit up my phone. Even I won't even see him. He's still trying to do that.
Hold on. We're not gonna play like you're not contributing to that in some way or fashion, because your number hadn't been the same for 15 years.
Oh.
You entertaining that BS. How many times have you changed your number in the last 15 years? Hell, I ain't even had it all this time. So we not going to, I haven't even had all the numbers. So yeah.
Okay, there is such thing as that DMs. I'm lying, DMs. No, seriously.
So you never blocked them then?
Okay.
Okay. I'm just want you to admit you're contributing to it. Okay. You that's one of those, like Stevie talking about, you got them dangling. You give them just enough crumbs to keep him as dick on ice.
I literally have not seen him in 15 years, though.
But he's still DOI.
But we don't talk on the phone.
Okay, but is he DOI?
What's DOI?
Dick on ice.
No, I would never.
Does he think he is?
Oh, he know. I haven't seen him in 15 years. He know what it is. It's been 50. You know how long 15 years is? First of all, First of all, why he's nagging me? I mean, to even think he could be on ice if it's been
Because you
15
put your
years.
finger in that ass. That's why. Oh, tell me that's not what you did.
Mm-mm. That, that wasn't the thing he liked. If that's what you're getting
Oh,
at.
but you're not saying you ain't stick your finger in that ass. Okay, continue. I'm sorry, I got distracted. All right. So, point.
Anyway,
Go back to the point.
what's my point?
Oh, let's go back to Georgie Porgy because he talking about having the memories or something.
He's
I mean,
well, first,
is he for real?
yeah, he is. He is. Oh,
Is he
he's
trolling us?
no, he's really not. He's really so serious,
He's not serious. He's not. He can't be. Um,
right?
I don't. How's anybody going to be happy if they're accepting so much less than a complete life?
I went
Now
to.
that now, if your goal in life is to be a mistress, understand there's an expiration date on that. But if that's your goal in life, knock yourself out.
But
You
how do
probably
you?
keeping some marriage together.
Wow. Do y'all believe in that in the chat? Do y'all believe that some mistresses are good for marriages or relationships? I mean, it's just I just think it's
There's some
personally.
horrible wives out there. That's all I can say.
Hold on. Let me tell you another part of the story. This is where it got weird. So the girlfriend, I was the girl, the side chick. The wife graduated and everything, so they're living this wonderful life, right? Okay, so why did the wife years later, this was actually within the last probably 7 years, why did she DM me asking me if I want to come
What she
to
DM you?
yeah, she DM'd me. Mhm.
Okay.
And wanted me because she already knew what I was. She called me and confronted me, yada yada. That's a boring story. Anyway, so she DM'd me and asked me if I want to come to his surprise birthday party.
Okay. What'd you say?
I said, let me see if I'm free. And the whole time I was thinking, does she want to murder me? And at this point, I haven't
Either
had.
that or she wanted a threesome.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, that she must have wanted a threesome. And this was like years after I had already cut him off too. So we haven't had sex, like in a few years at this point, but we were still communicating. I guess she found out and she was just like, let me see who this trick
What's a
is.
couple of years?
You said what now?
You said what's a couple of years? I'm asking what's a couple of years. You said y'all hadn't had sex in a couple of
Oh,
years at this point.
it probably was like probably 3 or 4 years, something like that at this point.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And she wanted me to come over for her surprise birthday party. I was almost thinking about going. If it wasn't a drive, because I hate driving, I'm pretty lazy. If it wasn't a drive just to get my butt kicked, I probably would have gone just to see how much nerve, like who invites a mistress to a surprise birthday party? You know what I'm saying? Girl. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. But do y'all believe me? See, she had a good time though. Dude was probably getting better, but he probably was willing to learn.
Georgie Porgy has clearly been cheating. And he is
Clearly.
trying to justify this real hard. But what if he was a good guy? And what if he was doing better? Is he still bad? Is he still a bad man? That boy, go on and do your 10 Hail Marys and let it go. It's okay.
Not so often, Larry's
You have
like,
been forgiven. Lord have mercy, because somebody release him of all that guilt he got going on over there. But aren't you happy? But wouldn't you have been happy?
I
Somehow this
know.
has got to be okay.
Georgie, he really wanted me to stay a side chick, yo. Like, yo,
Okay. Like, what's wrong with being a side chick? Weren't you happy? You'll always have the memories of being the side chick.
He would have gotten better if it was the sex. He would have gotten better. I promise you, he would have gotten better. He was so young. Like,
Yeah, there was real room to grow. You gave up too soon. What is Georgie Porgy trying to do? over here.
Girl, I don't know.
Okay.
And so not so awesome, Larry, as Tish changing phone numbers. Yeah, Larry, so I had this problem where it was this one guy, right? And you know who that one guy is, right?
So
And
let me talk
so
about.
yeah, I know. And so he would just tear my nerves up. He just wanted to jerk me around and just do me any kind of way. And so the only way to get out of that cycle of toxicity, I would change my phone number just to give it right back to him.
Yeah, but I got to hire a damn private detective to find out this chick number. Okay, okay.
Just to give it right back to him. He'll pop up at my job looking all chocolate and fine. I'm like, damn it, here. Sheesh, just take it already. My goodness. And when I'm
Are
time to
you
see
done?
you. He said, Tishy probably think you still taste good. And why wouldn't I, Georgie Porgy? Can't really build a marriage that way. Nope, you cannot. Not at all. He talked about you. You turned that young man out. Kid, and I didn't care about his kids, especially I was on keep them kids. And see, surprise ass whooping. You
She
ain't
was
never
almost.
lied.
If that had been 2 miles down the road, she'd have gone.
Because Kay, you know I'm so nosy.
That
Girl, I
road,
am
that right.
nosy.
She wanted to know. She really wanted to know what was going to happen.
Even though
To
it's
her
my
own
stupid.
detriment, she would have gone. I
Yeah,
might just get my ass whooped, but
I gotta see it. I gotta see it through.
okay,
I
this
just
heifer might have a hitman.
yeah, shoot my dumb ass as soon as I
This
get in the
bitch might be
yard.
about to poison me, but oh my god, I want to know what she going. Oh god, I can so see it. I can so see you going, and then calling me on your way back after you got your ass whooped.
Her and her girlfriends probably had a kickbuck circle. Are you really having a good time?
I can so see you doing that. You're like, girl,
You know, I pop up
I
and call
had to
you like
know. I had to know.
we talk about threesomes and stuff, and that woman is willing to kick my butt.
Ooh, she might be kinky. She about to kick your. Ooh, this could be fun. Oh my.
Girl, I had to
Yeah,
find
you'd have
out.
gone. That mileage is what saved your life.
Yeah, because I'm nosy, but what I hate more than being nosy is driving. So I was like, man, forget it. Hey, Mrs. Merritt, how you doing? Glad to see you. Hi to everyone in the chat. Hello, Mrs. Mary. She want to see what you have that she don't.
Oh, did I?
No, she want to kick my butt.
Hold on.
Uh,
I hope I didn't just report somebody's comment by mistake. If I
no,
did, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. My fingers were moving really fast. Okay.
hold up. Hold up. What is Larry talking about? Number two is okay. What do you mean number two is okay, Larry? Please elaborate on that.
What's he talking about?
I know he talking about being the number two woman. I know he ain't talking about that. I know Awesome Larry's not talking about that. He was trying to work you into a poly relationship. No, his wife wasn't going to put up with that. I wouldn't think. That means the peen was superb.
Could you do
No,
a poly relationship?
hell no. Unless it's one of me and a lot of men. Well, I can't do no
Okay, what
poly.
about 2 men, 2 women?
No, I can't do that. I can't. I can't. I just can't. I mean, anything that's outside of a traditional man and woman, I can't. I can't. I'm at the point now. Okay, why are you trying to get me off track? I'm trying to get a husband here. Okay, goodness grief.
I mean, this
I,
might be an option. I'm just saying.
so, how do you feel about Polly? What do you say about it?
I'll pass. I do believe to each his or her own, and I've been to a couple of weddings, Muslim weddings, and I don't think they don't consider it polyamorous. What do they call it? I don't remember. But they can have,
Concubines,
huh?
concubines.
No, no, I don't think so. But
Hmm.
they can have, more than one wife, but there's some rules to it and everything.
Right. There's always
But
rules.
so I don't knock it because if that works for a particular group. And then I say, knock yourself out. If it makes you happy, if you're happy in it, not just doing it because that's what he wants or whatever case may be. If you're genuinely happy with it and that situation works for you, then I say, knock yourself out. Do you, boo? Not for me, though. I don't share well with others.
Yeah, yeah. I just at this point, I mean, how do y'all feel? Especially, I mean, how do y'all feel about poly relationships? I mean, like I said, everything I try to do now in this point in my life, I want to, I have a daughter too, so I wouldn't want her into something that I myself would not be able to handle well and control. You know what I'm saying? So I,
Mhm.
try to be example for that little trick. When she come home, I'm gonna introduce
Okay,
her to her.
this you call the trick.
It's just a little trick.
So,
That's my little
no,
trick.
but like I actually have friends that are in polyamorous relationships, and I've seen it work for some of them, and I've seen it
Mhm.
not work for others. So I
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, I think most people, if their rules are laid out real clear, and everybody is truly 100% on board, I can see where it could actually benefit everybody. And think of, even if you just look at it from an income point of view, and let's
Mhm.
say there's three people involved, and all three people are bringing in money to one pot.
Mhm.
You see how fast that community could grow financially.
Are you really surreal right now? Are you really
I'm
making
just
this
saying,
sound good?
no, I'm just saying it could be really great. And then let's say you got a guy with a real high sex drive, but he has two women. So a polyamorous relationship doesn't even necessarily mean threesome, even though that could happen. But he's got these nights with this chick every other day, switching off back and forth. Chances of bacterial vaginitis go down big time after the same two people. Then your bacteria is all good together. It may not be clashing anymore. So you can have some fun with that.
Okay.
But if you
Oh.
want a threesome and both women are open to it, then bam, you already got your partners. You know what I'm saying? Everything is safe sexually because it's just the three of you. Because most
No,
people in
no, no,
polyamorous
okay.
relationships do not
No,
cheat
no, no,
outside of
okay.
their little
No,
world.
okay. No, okay. No, no, that's enough.
I'm not
What
again, it won't work for me. I'm just saying. I can see how it
no,
could
no.
work.
So you talking all this yin yang, and you say, "Oh, it ain't gonna work for me," but I can see how it could
Look,
work. No, I am
I
too
can
selfish.
see the appeal to it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see appeal to a lot of things, but no. So back to side chick. So have any one of you a story to tell? Georgie Porgy. I'm not gonna ask you not so awesome, Larry.
Why not?
Bernie. Okay.
Georgia Porgy got a story to tell, and I want him to come up here and give it to us. Georgia Porgy
Oh,
got a story.
oh,
I just
really?
know it.
We going to put the thing out, see if they're gonna come up. Oh, I'm doing something else. Hold on. Let me see.
Mm.
So I'm gonna put the link out and see if y'all got something to say. If y'all willing to come up, if y'all have the nerve. See, I told my story, but everyone's probably not as insane as I am to do
Did
so.
I'm not going to go into full detail right now, but I told you about the one where my homegirl, uh, his his uh his wife found out he had a whole fiance.
No.
Yeah, cause and he had taken the fiance to the school. Her name was as set up as an emergency contact. He had taken
Okay.
her around his family, clearly his daughter, everything, and he had a whole wife.
Okay.
And
It's
so, yeah, and how she found out, how the wife found out, was she woke up and he to an argument in her house,
between
and
who?
the fiance and her husband.
Hello. I'm just not catching up. So he's a married man and he had a whole fiance. I've seen that
Right.
before. I had a coworker who did that, was rocking another man's ring and said it was her fiance. And then come to find out she had a whole husband. We was like, what? What the hell is going on?
Not even a piece of husband. She got a whole husband over here.
A whole
Oh,
one.
story to tell is coming up. What's
Oh, he
up?
got
What's
he got a
up?
story to tell, huh? What's up, Jay? What's going on, hon? Hello.
If you said it,
Yeah.
it's like,
All right,
oh,
my
there you
fault.
go.
Oh, I forgot your voice be
That
sounding like this.
voice.
Oh God, I forgot. Ooh, I had to hold my breath. So like, ooh, sorry, ooh, I wasn't
Cut it
ready.
out.
So have you ever had a side chick or you ever been a side dude?
Yeah, absolutely. I was a side dude when I was young. When I
How
was
young is young?
well in college, like that.
Okay.
Maybe like a year out of college.
Okay, maybe like last year. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And well, nah, I've been that twice. One
Okay.
one time I was like finessed into it. Like this, she was so smooth with this, yo.
Okay, how?
Because like we were kicking it. We met her through. She went to a school. Um, and my friend's dad was a professor there. She was one of his students, so he had like a gathering at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And she showed up there, and we hit it off. We flirting back and forth. I'm like, okay, she kind of cute. You know what I mean? So we exchanged numbers, and we're talking back and forth. And this is back when I was kind of limited game wise, so I wasn't asking those important ass questions.
Right.
Such
Yeah, like are
as
you
like, are you married? That one.
Important ass question, exactly. Like, yo, do you have a boyfriend that's in the same fraternity I'm in? Do you have a boyfriend that I
That's
might
very
know?
specific.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
so, but yeah. So this we were probably like a month and a half into it, and
Mm-hmm.
I might have made a comment about, yeah. So how long you been single? She was like, nigga, single.
Oh, so
I've
she
been
wasn't
in a
hiding it. You just hadn't. Oh, wait a minute. You hadn't asked that question before, so
right.
she
So
wasn't
I was
necessarily
already
hiding
on
it.
a
She was just
horse
wasn't
galloping.
advertising.
Uh-huh.
And then, we necking. I'm like, yeah, so, you enjoy single life? And she's like, nigga, single, I got a boyfriend. I'm like,
Hold up. So
oh,
hold up. So this was your way of trying to get her to be Barbie, your girlfriend. That was your way of trying to crank up the conversation.
All right,
I, for,
that's odd.
I forget why I asked that question at that point.
Uh-huh.
I forget why I asked that question at that point, but I brought it up and she was forthcoming about it. You know what I mean? But at that point, I'm like, so I'm thinking it's about the end, but I guess she's looking to see how I'm gonna react to that information. So I was like, oh, all right, and then
Okay.
she kept calling. It was still politics as usual. Nothing slowed down. Text was still going at the same frequency. Conversation was happening. So I'm like, okay, I guess
Uh-huh.
So
this
how
the
long
game.
into it before you found out that she was in a relationship?
It
I need
was
to
two 2 months in.
2 months. And how long
Yeah.
did you stick with the game?
I stayed with her for probably like another
That number sounds like it's
17
about to be high.
years.
hold up. You said another what?
17. How
17
long?
years. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh
It was probably like
Say what?
it was probably like another year, till I started getting caught up,
Oh,
catching feelings.
that stuff must have been good.
Yo, it
wait.
was
He's a
different.
man. He's a man getting like basically free ass. He don't have to do anything.
Yo,
Basically,
it was different.
what do you mean? What was
Okay.
different? What's different? Different?
I mean, it was like Palm Olive, yo. Like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What
on
does that mean? Like what?
dish detergent, like
Right.
ready all the time. I mean, it was just
Uh-huh.
I never experienced nothing
Wow.
that crazy at that point in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Oh, so she
He's
Everything
put it
else,
on you real good.
right. She
Okay. She had
definitely
your
did.
nose wide open.
Right, and then
And
that was the problem because it
well,
got to
did
the
you ever
point.
give us a number of how much longer you ran with that?
yeah, he just
It
said a year.
Yeah, it was
Another
like
year,
another
right?
year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
another year. So
Yeah.
Oh, now hold up. Now, Adrian Nash wants to know what do you mean by palm olive? You already explained it, but say it again. So it was sloshy.
yeah, it was just on demand. It was just
Uh-huh.
you know
Yeah, usually women when we hoe, I mean they hoeing, it's always real. It's always really ready.
hot,
Oh.
hot and ready, yo. It's like a heating pad, yo,
Yeah.
on a heating
And
pad
it
on
probably wouldn't
medium
even be
heat.
hot like that for her man, but that side
Right.
piece, yeah,
Right,
gushy,
exactly,
gushy.
because it was the situations in which we were doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like It
Right.
wasn't nothing that was done in a nice facility with a comfortable
It's
bed.
just
You know, it was
wherever.
always backseat of a Ford Escort. Like,
So hold up. So
Right.
you didn't see any of the signs that she had a husband. You didn't see the signs like it was certain times blackout periods
nah,
or.
not at all. She was on point. And see, all right, so this is the
Oh man, y'all kind of
kick.
dumb. So it's easy to play around with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very dumb. This is
Well,
back
I'm talking about
before
her
the
husband.
wisdom.
Her husband. Yeah, her husband.
No, well, this was back before the wisdom. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't. I'm live on this other channel. Oh, my fault. I'm reading it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. He was pledging,
Okay.
Oh.
so he wasn't available a lot of the time. So
Oh,
while
okay.
he was out getting beat, I was
You was beating.
You
putting
was
the
doing
beats.
the beating. You was doing the beats. I gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? And then
What was? Mm-hmm.
so but then towards the end when he was available and he was requesting her presence a lot more often,
Mm-hmm.
she was straight. Her loyalty was to him, so she would hop right off of me and be like, all right, later. And I'm sitting laying down like
Oh
Dang, she
my!
hardcore.
I
and
know,
see,
She
right?
and
gangster
we
with
was
it, ain't she?
Yeah,
and we
she was
was a good little so I'm gonna tell you the distance we were was Columbia to Orangeburg, so that was just to
like an
give
hour
y'all the
15.
Right.
like 45 minutes,
Hold up. So you had to
Right.
do all that driving to get some coochie that wasn't yours
Absolutely.
or was never going to be
Absolutely.
And he was
yours.
happily doing
Absolutely.
it.
And that's the thing when you have a side chick or a side dude, and if there's some distance, it's really hard to it's extra hard to sniff out the BS. It makes it more
Oh
challenging.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're not there for every nuance or there's no chances of pop up usually because you don't want to waste your time and the gas for
But
over
at
nothing.
that point though, I was fully engulfed in the BS. You know what I'm saying? The only
Mhm.
problem is that I didn't expect to like so
Right. Of course
I'm
you
like,
like
hold
it.
on, where you going? Fuck that
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
nigga. You
You
know
want
what
to
I'm
get
saying?
Oh,
you
women,
want
you started stepping
Yeah,
out of your
dog.
lane. Oh, okay.
Exactly, yo.
Oh,
The
I
lane
was
you
a
wow.
knew
straight
you were in.
I was a straight sucker, yo. Like, nah, yo, just let him wait. You know what I mean? She like,
You
nah,
got
nigga.
greedy. You was getting greedy and
I was getting
disrespectful.
greedy. Nah,
Because
lay
she was
here.
hopping off to go get it.
Telling her
You were
shit
like,
like,
hold
lay
on.
here.
You'll say anything in that moment for her not to get up.
Exactly. Especially like my last straw was I drove down there. It was like 3 a.m. And she was like, yeah, he's going out of town to some alpha convention and so I'm free.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it's like 3 a.m. So my dumb ass hop up, drive down there,
Uh-huh.
and then he calls her and the plans is canceled. So
You had to drive all the way
we
back.
like in the midst of it. So luckily, I had all my homeboys went to that school. So
Right. You had some
so
place to
I'm laying there on their floor like a like a cockroach, yo. And she just hopped up
I
and
got a
did.
story like this, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, you good, you
Hold up,
good.
you say you lying on the floor like a cockroach.
Yeah, upside down. When they get zapped, yo, they be laying.
I got him in a picture. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
that
okay.
little leg wiggling.
Oh, and then not so awesome. Larry said that's a dangerous game. Yeah, when you start
You said what?
what that's a dangerous game. Like with men mess with a woman and there's another man in the mix because some men they just get really local when they find out that kind of disrespect. They cannot even want or love the woman like that, but just that sheer disrespect of another man tap into their supply, they can get really stupid. So that could have been a dangerous game. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
that thing was like palm olive, like you said. So you was gonna take one all the way to the team.
Yeah,
Georgia Porgy said they didn't even give you no blankets.
straight up, yo. No, I was laying on carpet, yo.
Oh my god. Adrian, have you ever been
Remember,
a
you
side
don't
chick girl?
remember, Tish, you don't remember when we were in school, in college, and one of my roommates was doing that? No,
No.
no. Oh, let me back up because I'm thinking of something different, but I have something similar in that story. I'm not going to go there. Okay, the first one was when, no, my husband's roommate.
Okay.
He was cheating. The reason I confused the two stories is the same girl was one my roommate in my apartment. But anyway, she was dating one of my husband's roommates, and she came to his room one night, and he wouldn't let her in
Uh-huh.
because he had somebody else in the room.
Yeah, I vaguely
So
remember
she
that.
slept on the floor in the room. They eventually, one of his other roommates, because they got tired of her at the door, they let her in, and she came in, and he would not put that girl out, so she laid on the floor
Yeah, I
in
heard.
the
I
same room
remember
with
that.
them.
Oh yeah.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah. I vaguely remember who that is too. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Adrian, what's going on, girl? Adrian.
Adrian
Can you
always
hear me
got she
now?
struggle streaming with us. What's up? Why you struggle streaming, girl?
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, baby. How
Yes,
you
we got you,
doing?
boo.
How y'all doing?
We're great. How you doing? No, long time no
Doing good.
speak.
Yeah, I've been busy in real life.
Oh,
What's that?
Pew
Shade.
pew.
The shade.
Ain't no
Oh,
shade. Oh, no
I'm here.
shade. No shade. I got some certifications to get. I got some CFPs to get. Some
Okay, she
okay.
certified
said she making that money.
planners, certified financial planners designations to get so I can be on the same level as JT the pocket watcher.
I got you, honey. I got you. Hey, before the billions, how you doing? Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Uh,
Hold
uh,
on, I'm
le-
about to turn my camera back on.
not so awesome. Larry said bone broth. The lead brought that
Every
back
time
up.
Adrian comes on, they start talking about that bone broth.
Uh, don't you know,
You
Adrian?
know what?
The lead brought.
Listen, y'all. For
Uh huh.
giggles, for
Okay.
giggles, I'm gonna send the lead attorney some bone broth for giggles.
He mentioned that on the last live too, right? Or
I
was it?
heard about it.
Yes. He
I
would
heard
never.
about it.
He act like he wasn't feeling it, but then he can't forget it.
I heard all about it. I'm like, really? And let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Let me tell you something about the lead attorney. Listen,
Uh-huh. What's that? Now,
I
now he's
was.
he's all our booze now. Be careful. Go ahead.
You said what now?
He's all of
He,
our booze.
so be careful. Go ahead.
Because we all love
Oh,
him.
I did.
Go ahead.
Well. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was really curious to know who the lead attorney was in real life.
Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go.
So
Oh,
I
this sounds like
researched
some
who he
tea.
was. And
Do I need to refill my glass, my cup?
no, not at all, not at all.
Uh-huh.
So I got out on my my paralegal hat, my little sleuth hat, and I
Okay.
researched who he was in real life, and
Mhm.
I've known who he is in real life since like June.
Oh, really? Okay.
Um, okay, and actually, his last name is the same as my great grandmother's last name. So there is a possibility that we
That
could
y'all
be
related?
relatives.
Oh my
Right.
God. Does he
Okay.
know this?
And I'm sorry.
That
Did you tell him?
Yes, I told him several months ago. I was like,
and,
"Hey, cousin. Hey." And this was on one of his streams or another.
right.
And
Uh-huh.
so, I said what I said, and I've known who he's been for, like I said, since about June.
Okay.
And it's not my way to be like out in folks' business and stuff. To
Mm-hmm.
that point, to that point, I
Okay.
took a great deal of umbrage when Black Belt
Oh
said the things that
God.
he said about me, which were absolutely not true.
Now he is not here to defend himself. Now, if he
I
can
know that. And
uh,
I have been meaning for months actually to write a very, very scathing commentary about that in the comments, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
okay,
So I will at
okay.
some point. But
So whatever,
regarding
so
but
whatever he
regarding
said,
side
hold on,
pieceness,
hold on. So whatever he said was totally untrue. You're saying,
yes,
okay. Well,
yeah.
I would love for him to come back on the panel and let's hash this out because why you didn't come up on the panel?
I was trying that time, remember? I was
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were
trying.
at the end of the conversation, so we were
Right.
about to get off that
Oh,
night.
yeah. True,
I
true,
was
true, true,
trying.
true, true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So, okay. So have you ever been a side piece or had a side
No,
dude?
ma'am. No, no, ma'am. No, miss. No, sir.
Now, what about
No.
what about by accident now? Because I definitely don't believe in being a side piece. But I was tweaked into it. I didn't mean it.
Oh, bless your child. Well,
Mhm.
I've been real stingy with it my entire life. So
Mhm. So that kind of
that's
cuts out the foolishness.
that I just don't. But I had a conversation with cousin lead attorney before I suspected that he was my cousin. I
Okay.
had a I had a conversation with cousin lead attorney on one
Okay.
of his freestyle Fridays. I think I posted it in your chat earlier.
Okay.
So I had a conversation with him about how like being a side piece is like not a good financial plan.
Oh yeah, let me post that. Hold on, me go to comment. How do I can I oh, I see it now. Yeah, that
But
was a good mhm.
but specifically in that Freestyle Friday, I was reminding him, or actually maybe he didn't even know it, or he didn't remember. But anyway, I was reminding him of the Donald Sterling case. I don't know
Okay.
if you all remember the Donald Sterling case.
Not by
Okay.
name. The name sounds familiar
Yeah,
though.
Donald
with the
Sterling.
Asian girl.
He was the owner of the Clippers, and he was
Yeah.
Oh,
having
that.
like
Yeah,
an
yeah,
affair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And the wife ended up suing the side piece
Yeah. Mhm.
and getting all of like the that gifts back from the side piece that Sterling had given to the side piece.
Oh wow. I didn't know
Ooh,
that.
Yeah,
good
and
for the
so
wife.
I like in that freestyle Friday, I was talking to the lead attorney about that. Like, this is not a good plan. Like,
Yes, it's really not.
you think you getting over. You think that if you do end up in a side piece situation where the man is very wealthy and he's lavishing you with all these gifts, you think there's not going to be any consequences. Uh-uh.
Right.
And that's a
It
good
can be some
point
consequences.
because in some states you can sue a side
Yeah.
piece. Because if
Yeah. What's it called? Alienation of affection.
right. I mean, because in North Carolina, I believe North Carolina is one of those states, the states
Yep.
I live in,
It is.
because didn't that happen to Fantasia or something like Fantasia? Um, the guy she was dealing with, that she's a married woman now and gotten past that in her life. But
Right.
she was dealing with this married man who that worked at T-Mobile, and the wife, I think, didn't the wife sue her for the
Yeah, I
alienation of
believe.
Yeah. I believe
Yep.
so. That
affection?
sounds familiar. Let me see if I can
Right.
pull it up. Keep talking.
Fantasia
Yeah,
was
I
in
don't
the
know the
streets.
Fantasia situation, but the
It was.
Donald
She used
Sterling
to be.
situation happened in Los Angeles, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, but we're talking about millions of dollars that she had to fork over. And if I remember that case correctly, some of the possessions she didn't even have anymore. So I think that she probably ended up with like, some sort of judgment against her that she couldn't really satisfy.
So
So
every time
then,
she makes
like,
money,
in situations like that, you could end up having like your future wages garnished. Like, if you end up
right?
acquiring property, that gets leaned. Like, it's not worth it.
It is so that is so true. But when you're dealing with humans and emotions and stuff like that, all of that sensibilities is thrown out the window, don't you think?
Emotions.
Let me
Yeah.
What's
ask you a
that?
question. Let me ask you a
Who's
question,
who?
Adrian.
Oh, yes, sir.
Was it? Did it? Remember the Asian chick that Donald Sterling made that big deal about? Was that the side chick? Remember the one that
She
was
wasn't
mad?
Asian. She wasn't. She was. Her name was, as I recall, V. Sciviano, and she was. So the
Yes.
situation. The situation started because V. Sciviano, as I recall, was of mixed heritage. I think she was like Latina and black,
Okay, I thought it was like
and
Filipino or something
so
like that.
Sterling was making a lot of pejorative commentary about Black folks to her and in the media and around in his camp. And
She taped
as
them.
I recall,
She recorded him saying
she
something.
outed him. She outed him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all Google the story. I mean, this was years
Nah,
Yeah, we
she
ago.
remember the
recorded the
story.
comments. She recorded the comments like,
Right.
don't
And
be
it went
hanging out with
viral.
these black guys at my games.
Right. So she outed him, and then there ended up being some sort of financial fallout.
Right. He
And
had to
then,
sell the
like,
team.
the wife ended up suing her for like all the gifts, and it's just not. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I live a very kind of square, angular, inside of the box kind of life, but like this kind of stuff, it's not worth it to me.
Right. It's really not. I mean, and stuff like that really can happen.
Yeah, it does all day long.
Georgie Porgy says, yep, a white couple went through that. The husband got the wife in the side due for breaking up his marriage. So Georgie Porgy, like, what did he get? He got like a lot of money from it, or what? Go ahead, Kay.
Well, I don't know about that one, but I know as far as Fantasia's concerned, I looked hers up. Fantasia ended up winning her case because it turns out the husband was telling the truth when he said he was separated before he and Fantasia started dating.
Wow.
Okay.
I wonder how he proved that. I mean, was it like a legal proof or something, like
separation? I don't know. I don't know Fantasia's situation.
I guess they basically dated back to the time when they say they started dating, and there's no proof saying they dated before that. And the papers were filed.
Wow, that was pretty smart. Yeah, and if she don't have any proof before he filed anything, then that's
Right.
that.
That's that.
Wow. But him and his wife end up getting back together, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't know. I don't follow celebrities. I never know what they're doing.
I think they end up getting back together, and Fantasia got her husband now and a baby. So, but yeah, it's not worth it. You can like lose everything you worked hard for just for a piece of side, vagina or side weenie. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break. It's not worth it. Wow. So, Adrian, you've never been aside even by accident? Never.
Not by accident. Look, as far as I know, I guess I have to put that caveat out there.
Right, yes. You really do, because none of us can sit back and say for sure that we've never been the side piece.
Because men will lie.
Not knowingly. Men will lie, and men will lie too. But yeah, absolutely. So you just never know. So to my knowledge, you have to put that preface on it.
Right.
To my knowledge, I have never been a side piece.
Right.
So Jay, what were we saying, Adrian?
Oh no, so I was just gonna suggest that people just don't be side pieces.
Right.
Don't do it
knowingly. You have to add that caveat. You have to add it the knowingly, because
knowingly, yes.
Like Tish was saying, and when she was dating dude, she was at his house. She played with his kids. It went on for several months before. And she asked that question, are you married? And he lied, and his life showed that he was telling the truth. So she thought she was his girl and found that she was the side. He didn't let her make a choice. He made it for her.
Yes, he did. And keep wanting me to stay in that choice. So Jay, why do men, what's so appealing about a side chick? What is it? What is it about her that make you want to give up everything for,
because they don't, they don't look at it that way. They don't see it as they're risking anything. No man is, when he starts cheating with a woman, starts saying, I'm risking everything on it. That's not how they're viewing it per se. Not to say they're unaware of the fact that they are risking it all. That's not the game plan. I'm just saying. So that shouldn't be a part of the equation. It should be, but the equation kind of got to tweak that a little bit.
Okay.
I think some men are just idiots, and they're
Mhm.
just, I think it's
Here,
just
here.
error in judgment. Some men are idiots and they don't care or they don't think of the ramifications of it. So, they party until, that party gets shut down. But for the average dude, they're probably in a marriage that they're not supposed to be in with a
Mm.
person that they wasn't supposed to marry.
Really?
And
Hold
then
on, that
here,
was deep what you just said. Now, what do you mean they never married you now? And so that's an excuse to have a side piece, you're saying?
no, I'm saying that they got in a marriage that they thought they were supposed to be in with a person they thought they were supposed to be with, and then someone comes along and shows them like, damn, I can be myself. I don't have to hold back who I am to make somebody happy. And somebody else comes along and they're so invested in the marriage. It's like I can't just uplift everything I've invested,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to let you go. You know what I'm saying? I want you to stay
Mm-hmm.
around. So you get,
That happens.
yep, you get caught up in that situation, and it's the side chick knows you better. You're able to be yourself. You don't have to hold things back from them. Whether they know your nasty little freaky secrets and they enjoy it with you, and you take that to your wife and like, get that out my face. They ain't trying to hear none of that. So, so
You
next
can
thing
tell
you
your
know,
side piece you want to dress like a chicken and have sex. Can't tell your wife that.
exactly, exactly. And she was like, bark, 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 bark,
Okay, okay. And she's
throwing
gonna
that
chuck
back.
like a chicken. She
Yep, throw that
she
bike.
will wear them furs and feathers. But your wife, yeah, she not gonna let you do
Yeah,
that.
she not
Uh,
trying to hear that. Yeah.
so you see, so Georgie Porgy said that couple that the man sued the woman and the side dude, and
Hmm.
the laws are probably almost harder, harder on women in this kind of situation. He
Yeah,
won
then the
seven
dude.
hundred, yeah, $750,000. Like,
Ah,
wow.
wow.
Wow. Let me see. Let me see. Big Dave says they are in a unhappy marriage. Like they say, it's cheaper to keep her.
Right,
Wow.
that's why I was saying sometimes they're keeping marriages together. So, yeah, because you can't leave. You can't leave because financially it's gonna hurt. So let
Yeah.
me stay here,
Yeah. Like, can you
and then
imagine?
just find what I need outside to make my life complete.
Can you imagine like y'all have businesses together in your name,
Hmm.
land,
Oh,
houses,
I know people that have stayed together for that very purpose.
and
Man,
then
we got so
here
much this together and we got this together. Life is
and,
different when you got to split stuff up.
and
Right.
then and then the real woman of your dreams come trotting along on a damn horse like, hey
Hmm.
nigga, I'm here to
Or
save you
yeah,
from your
that
mediocrity.
that high school love that was the one you were supposed to be with. They pop back
Right.
up. Now
Absolutely.
they're both you both been through bad marriages. So if she got a divorce, but you can't.
Yep.
Right. Like Vega said, the grass is greener mentality. The grass is greener mentality. Wow. I mean, so
No, I
what was
mean some idiots think the grass is greener and it's not actually.
It's
You
never
know,
greener. It's
yeah,
never
it's
greener.
never greener.
This is
Everything
the
has their
thing.
problems.
When you sit back, and I'm gonna use the 80-20 rule, which of course that's from a movie, but it is pretty realistic. No one person is gonna be able to give you everything. So at best you're gonna get 80%, right? But
mhm.
what happened is, you have that friend of the opposite sex, and I am a firm believer in men and women can be friends. However, there are some that cross lines. So anyway, um, you got that friend you telling all your business to, and you telling them everything that your husband does wrong or everything that your wife does wrong. If that person is feeling you at all, you have literally just given them the recipe to the cake that can win your heart. So everything you say your husband or spouse isn't doing right, you just fill that other person's ear up with that information. So now they steady and they just making that cake. Ooh, I need a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Right.
All those things that you're missing, they now provide. And it seems like everything you ever wanted is right there in your lap. Mind you, still getting the real 80% from the other partner. But now this person's giving you 20%. So you feel like you're getting 100% of what you needed. Don't even realize that most of it's still coming from the old bag of, what you call it? little bag of bones at the house. The one you've been with all this time is the one providing that 80, but that 20 looks amazing right this moment. And so you give up everything for the 20. And now all you have is the 20. Whereas what you should have done is keep the 20 and the 80. Then you had 100. I'm just kidding.
No, that's a
I know.
no-no.
I'm playing. I can't.
I was like, that do sound great. You can have
That sounds
100%.
amazing. You can have 100% of everything you need. So that 20 ain't nothing on that 80.
And it's
Right.
bad, because you really truly will have somebody who is right for you, but you jumped into this because you felt like nothing was coming along, and you jumped into something that was safe. And then the woman of your dreams, like you mentioned, that high school girlfriend that for whatever reason it didn't work out at the time, or she probably went with somebody who was safe, knowing damn well like this, I don't want to really be here, but nothing else is populating at the time. So
Yeah. Yeah. You get a filler. Time filler.
everybody got
Space
that
filler.
safety net.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kashi, I hear a lot of some rattling. Is that you rubbing up on something or?
I don't know. Is it
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the hearing there. The little speaker thing. I can switch it to the other side though. Let me take my Bluetooth off. I'm
Bluetooth
sorry.
Chronicles.
Yeah, we got Bluetooth Chronicles over here. Okay. Is that better, ma'am?
Whew, yes, ma'am. That is so much better. Thank you. Whew.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was coming through.
I thought that was me, but let me see. So Adrian Nash says to continue on. Not so awesome, Larry. I was curious to know if TLA was actually in big caps licensed to practice law in the state of Georgia, and he is. Adrian, girl, what you trying to do? And if he wasn't, what was going to happen?
Nah, she gotta, I mean, hey, she checking up on people. That's what we all do. We just don't do it on YouTube. You know what I mean? We go and punch it up on our little websites that we got
Wow.
saved. Who that nigga? Who this chick? Hold on. Why she got her married name?
You see, Yelp's, Yelp. And sad thing is, a lot of my wife friends go behind her back trying me and stuff. But out of respect, I wouldn't because they're married too. Wow, Georgie Porgy, you got the friend.
A lot of my wife friends go behind. Oh my gosh.
That's so
Yeah, that's
tacky.
different.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
you need to let your wife know because she need to know her friends ain't her friends.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If that's truly happening, if that's really happening, because I mean, I can understand her single friends may be trying to throw their shot because they want to be in her spot, but the married friends throwing shots and
they all
like,
grimy.
That
major friends.
You might need to air them out on live TV, yo.
Right.
I sure would.
Facebook Live.
You said Facebook Live. I'm the type. Once my friend is with somebody, that's it. I have no
appeal.
Nothing. I mean, it just doesn't turn me on. I mean, and it's like that forever. I mean, like it's a girlfriend of mine, and she was in love with this guy in college, and she was already married with kids and everything. And he's local, and I knew he was single. But did I try to, I ain't got nothing else going on. Did I try to put my moves on him or communicate? No, because I know forever that's going to be her boo. I mean, and that's like how many years ago? Like 20 some years ago. So why would so when it comes to stuff like that, it's once you with my friend, it's over.
It's Sahara Desert. We good.
Right. We see Adrian Nash said, "Not so awesome, Larry. It is not my character or my duty to be outing people on social media. So who choose to represent themselves under a pseudonym." Oh, okay. No problem. I need friends like you. Put them on blast. I did a background check on one of my sister boyfriends. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, though. You're supposed to do that background check.
Yeah, I definitely did that for my sister too, yo.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's what brothers are supposed to do.
Have you ever found out anything interesting?
I mean, I'm like, this nigga used to be married,
Right.
make sure his phone is in his name.
Oh wow.
That kind of stuff. Little stuff like that matters. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right. So what was your
Oh yeah,
second?
we used to do. Real quick on that note, like another former friend of mine, what I would do, we would look somebody up. We would go Google them, and you can pull up deeds and see if they own property with somebody. That would be
Right.
the first thing we do. Let's see if
Yeah.
they got any land, any a home or something like that. That was the first thing we would check.
Little stuff like that tells big stories, yo.
Right. Yes,
Little
it
Mhm.
things
does.
like that.
And that cell phone number, you do that reverse search. Whose name is this phone in? Yes, absolutely. First look
Right.
up. Hmm.
So, before the billions, have you ever missed and accidentally been a side dude?
Or
I,
intentionally on
I,
purpose been
I know.
attracted.
Yeah, I know. He's like, don't ask me no stupid stuff like that. So what was your second story, Jay?
This was more recent.
Uh
You know, I
oh.
would say like when I say recent, I mean like in the past maybe 6 years.
Okay.
You know, and this one was, somebody at the workplace, and I didn't know initially, because they presented it as if it was a baby father, and they presented it like we done, he be doing his thing, blah blah blah.
Right. Blase blah. That's what you say to that.
Right.
Blase blah.
Right. So, I kept kicking it with them or whatever. Of course, it was attraction, so
Mm-hmm.
I would move stupid. But one time I was at her house,
Mm-hmm.
and mind you, he just pops up from time to time. You know what I mean? So this one
Okay.
time I was there, and he was texting her like, yo, I'm on the way, or something like that. He said, or I'm getting close. Like, so I'm sitting there, and mind you, if that's his baby from his mind, yo, like, this is his house. Even though this is her house, like, his kids are in here,
Right.
this is his house. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm like, fam, you trying to get me killed out here, yo. He has
Right.
every right. So I stopped dealing with her after that particular situation, because he's a gangbanger too. He ain't had no job, no 9 to 5. So I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this nigga ain't
It's
got
gonna
nothing
run
Oh
to
your
yeah, we're
lose.
not
house.
playing them kind of games. No.
Yeah, this nigga ain't got nothing to lose. He could come in here, air me out, and be justified. You know what I mean? So I got
Right.
up out of there, yo. But she was another one, just amazing. You know what I mean?
Okay. She doing cartwheels, gotcha. Doing
Yeah,
cartwheels.
man.
As
Yeah,
one of
all
my
that could
homeboys said, she's an Olympian.
exactly,
that's,
yo.
He's an Olympian.
that's how we communicate whether or not she was fire and worth going further into, or if she was trash. Was she an Olympian? Nah. I'd be like, oh, she don't have another chance. She not getting no callbacks.
So, so that's one of the main reasons. I had read an article. Let me see what it says, and here's a piece of it. So they say men get side pieces because, let's see what it said.
But they can.
I know, right? Basically. Well, they say because of the incredible sex positions you get from side pieces and no to little headaches. So they want
Yeah,
all
that's
you get
stress
that all
free.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the most stress free relationship ever.
I mean,
You
but
come over, she have your dinner ready for you when you get there, or lunch, or whatever the case may be. She throwing that ass in a circle. She's giving us some head. No fuss. You get to complain about your life. She listens and sends you on your way.
wow. I mean, but
You don't have to
sometimes
listen to none of her problems. This is when you paying her bills, though. You're not paying her bills. You don't get all that. All you get is the hot ass and some head. But if you paying her bills, oh, you getting everything. She rolling out the red carpet for you. But
And if
yeah, you
y'all
don't have to
date,
cough up some dough.
and how you're a side chick, if y'all date is at a gas station parking lot, yo, you might be a side chick, fam.
That ain't no might
If
be.
y'all,
You are.
if you at a gas station parking lot eating Jersey Mike sandwiches, yo,
in
wow.
the car, y'all eating in the car.
you might be a side chick, fam.
You might be a side chick. Oh
Oh,
Lord,
dude.
if you still hitting the pager,
No pager. Hey, Blake, how's going on, Blake? You're a funny
oh,
kid.
okay, you
Oh,
might be.
it's going good. I'm
Hey, what?
assuming that by side chick, I'm assuming
What's
that by
the
side chick, you guys are talking about a woman on the side, as it were. You're already in a committed relationship of some sort,
Right,
correct?
exactly. Yeah. So, have you ever been a
right?
have you ever been a
Well,
side dude, or you have a side chick right now?
no, I don't have any chick right now.
Yeah,
But
don't
I
answer
have
that
Oh,
been,
question, Blake.
but you have been
but
a
I have
side
been a
chick.
side dude, and I have had a side chick, and I can tell you that when I had a side chick, it was mostly because the things in my relationship were not addressable. Things in the bedroom, things between us, financially, things I couldn't talk to her.
Preach,
Okay.
There
brother.
was no resolving any of the situations because the conversations that I attempted to have never went anywhere. Um,
Okay.
you can have a physically fulfilling relationship with just about anybody, so long as they're in the right frame of mind and have the right vision. If they're willing to please and be pleased and are comfortable and all those kind of things. But when you don't have that and you don't have the right vision for your life or your
Mm,
family or your finances or whatever it may be, if you can't fix that in the immediate, you don't even really want to look at them. And that's why I found a side piece. It wasn't because it
uh-huh.
was good, you temporarily get some acceptance and some kind of positivity out of a relationship on the side, whatever depth that relationship has,
Hmm.
Right.
just
That is very temporary.
just to blow that pressure release valve, like, and I'm not talking sexually necessarily. I mean, just
Right. And
Literally and figuratively. Go ahead.
I love the word that you use. You say acceptance. So you're saying that you were going through a situation where you were walking on basically eggshells in your own relationship, and you just wanted something that was accommodating
Easy.
and easy and relaxing.
yeah, definitely relaxing. One of the issues that I had in that particular relationship was um, she was very selfish in the bedroom. Another one
Mhm.
was she liked to put money on credit cards and not tell me about it. And
Mm,
those kind of things might seem small in
Hmm.
the
No,
grand
neither
scheme of
one of them
things,
do.
but I mean, when you try to talk about those kind of things, or you try to open her up sexually, give her a little bit of confidence, buy some flowers, let's go out, all this kind of stuff, and they stay that way, and there's trust issues, in regards to the finances and the credit cards and ridiculous purchases. It kind of makes your life static. And if you try to have conversations and try to take things in a good direction, in a positive direction, and you're just shot down, or you're silenced, or given the cold shoulder, like, what do you do at that point?
mhm. So y'all
you
had
know
so you were with someone that you were having great communication issues with.
yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
you know and a lot of times, our society looks at things from a very female centric perspective,
Okay.
in regards to emotions and communication and
Okay.
feelings and all that kind of stuff. Look, guys have these too. We're not some other different creature that doesn't feel and doesn't have emotions and doesn't
Can we
find
take him to the
themselves in this.
manosphere?
Huh?
I felt like, can we take you to the manosphere? Because they don't believe that men are supposed to have those feelings. And
I,
they're teaching that to the next generation.
I tread in both pools, and I hear that too, and I'm with you. That despite the manosphere and the red pill communities awakened brains to a lot of the issues in reality, as far as court systems and relationships and money, and they're still very elementary in their thinking about what actually affects men,
Hmm.
as human beings. It's not
Right.
even about a sex necessarily. We do deal with things differently. We have different predilections, but we're still human beings, for God's sake. We Yeah, I wish that there was a whole lot more willingness in the manosphere and the red pill communities to open up and just admit that, hey, sometimes tears roll down our cheeks. Sometimes we don't have all the answers. Sometimes things get too much. Sometimes we need a homeboy to come out, help us fix our roof, or talk to us, give us a hug, shake our hand, bring me over some food, drink a beer with me. I mean, it doesn't take much, but even though it seems like the red pill community is brothers, talking about things, it's still very topical. It's still very superficial.
Just great. Yeah. They're not, it's shallow.
Yeah. In that respect, it is shallow.
So let me ask you this. So you were in relationships where you couldn't, communicate in a constructive way. So why you just didn't end it instead of getting a side chick? Or was that your transition to ending it?
Well, I did get a side chick. The relationship that I'm speaking about was the most significant, not necessarily because I was fulfilled, but because I had a child with her.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
I was there and wanted to make it work and wanted to exhaust all the avenues that we could. Yeah, because I didn't want to break the family. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you get to a certain point and you're kind of like treading water. Okay, so do I break up with her and do we go to family court? Do we go to child support? Do we, polarize each other?
It's easier to stay.
Yeah. Even though you can't do anything, you can't affect any kind of positive change. You can't even talk to one another about anything.
Right.
That's wow. That's really, I just cannot imagine being in I've been, like I always say, I've been married more than I should have been, but I've always, I'm the type, I got to get it out my system. And I'm always open to hearing what someone has to say. Now, what I do about it, that's a totally different story. But I'm the type, I don't like energy, kept energy, that you harboring against me because you can't just get it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? So it's really
healthy.
Yeah. To say women like to talk so much is like, wow, where some women have a environment where the man can't even say what he has on his mind, but men really, y'all really kind of don't like talking about stuff too much either, unless it's really, really easy to do so. Right.
And there's a lot of things that I could list, as faults as far as men generally speaking. But one of the ones that I will say about women generally speaking is they have a very difficult time admitting fault.
Yes.
Maybe men do too. Maybe not the girlfriend.
There are some men. There are some men that definitely have that issue as well. I do believe it falls more on women for some reason. I do feel like that most women will not, and I have a lot of girlfriends that I actually can attribute this to. A lot of women will not admit when they are wrong.
Right.
Like they make jokes about it and memes about it online where you'll see where a woman's to blame for the argument, and instead of saying I'm sorry, she's like, so you hungry? Or you want some head? Or whatever the case may be. Anything except say, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
And as masculine and alpha and red pill and super niggas as we are, we need that. You know what I'm saying? We need like, my bad, I was wrong, or I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. It'd be little things. We don't be wanting to be raised like, damn, what's the Lion King, the little hanging over the cliff? Simba. Yeah, we don't want that. You know what I mean? That's too much attention. But at least, yeah, at least give us a little, pat on the back every now and then, because that be it, yo. Like, you never realize, yo, we be walking around here about to snap,
needing a damn hug and not able to say I need a damn hug right now.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm going to say something that might sound crazy to most of your viewers and most of the world out there. Maybe not necessarily to you guys, but cheating is not about sex.
Oh, we know that.
Right. Yeah.
Cheating is
just like rape is not about. Sorry,
cheating is
not about
sex. Yeah, cheating is about all the things that are wrong in the relationship other than sex. I mean, if you have a good connection with somebody and you can be honest and open and you can talk about things and you're confident in yourself, all the things that you need to be centered as a human being, you can have a good relationship. And sex is downstream from that. If you are centered as a person and confident and have a vision of where you want to go, you're going to have a good sex life. That's just all there is to it. You're not going to hold back. You're not going to be apprehensive. You're not going to let your insecurities bother you when you're in the room with somebody sharing something intimate that's supposed to be pleasurable and fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating is about all the things that are wrong with the relationship other than physical activity.
So you're saying it's okay so what do you think about having a side chick? So you've been there, done that. So what is your overall feeling? You feel it's necessary? Do you like with me? I knew I was wrong being a side chick, even though I was tweaked into it, but and I stayed in it like probably a couple of months longer than I should have after I knew he was a married man. But I knew it was wrong, and it's something I never would partake in it again. In either situation, even with side dudes, whatever.
You have formed your opinion on that. Mm-hmm. So you want to now know what his opinion is on it now that he's been on the other side of it, or now that he was a part of it.
Right.
So you still think it would be a good idea? Is it something you would do again?
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Even though getting in the relationship to begin with was bad because it wasn't a good match. Neither one of us were really where we needed to be for it to be successful. But
you talking with the side chick or with your main chick?
With my main, yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay.
I mean, but looking for a relationship, on the side, looking to cheat is just avoidance. It's avoidance of all the problems that are looking you straight in the face that either you can't or you won't recognize and change. It's kind of like being addicted to a drug in a way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it doesn't have anything to do with coming. It doesn't have anything to do with, what goes on in the bedroom necessarily. It's just,
I do have pushback on that, but keep going.
It's just a vacation in a way.
Right.
That's a good way to put it, man. It's like a vacation, but
it's a vacation away from the drama. Go ahead.
This is gonna come from it's gonna come to an ugly end. But you know what? I mean, I've seen people who, I think we talked about this before. I've seen people who have cheated, left their significant others, and married each other.
Ooh.
Or a guy leaves.
That's not the rule, though. Yeah.
Yeah, like I couldn't do that, just off the strength of trust. You know what I mean? Because I feel like how you get them is how you lose them. That's cliche, but that's true.
It is very true.
That's so true. Like, I remember being the dude who she left another dude for, and then I remember being in that same position as the dude and remembering back when me and her first started dealing with each other. And him like staking out and shit, when we was at different places. And then I became him eventually, you know what I mean? So it will happen to you.
Right.
And there ain't no rule book on how you supposed to feel, As far as we put a lot of stuff in place to prevent us from even getting in those scenarios. But once you in them, it's like, you can't really control your instincts.
Down the rabbit hole.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, when we get side chicks or side dudes, we basically not trying to do the work in the relationship, because our relationships, especially a marriage, is a lot of work, And so instead of really digging deep in and trying to work through the difficulty, you kind of fall into this situation where you have like a side person to kind of,
we're not going to say fall into.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so you make a conscious decision.
True.
You didn't fall into nothing, literally. Okay.
Right.
So continue. I'm listening.
You fall. I can't say that again. You go into the situation where I mean, but like a story to tell said, it still ends up trashy. It still ends up work because the side chick usually it's just human nature. When you're not supposed to have something, that's when you want it. So if you with this married man and you get all these fleeting moments of passion and y'all having all this pillow talking, you're gonna want to feel like that's something you can have all the time. And she's gonna start to nag you. Like you think your wife's a nag. Well, it's nothing worse than a side chick nagging you on when you're supposed to leave the wife. But then I think men see it as a game and be like, oh, they think it's just funny because there's no way in hell they're gonna leave their wife,
Right, but
And
they're
I've
gonna play
seen
it as long as they can.
and I've seen a dude leave his wife and went to the chick, and the chick left him high and dry. And I mean, he
Wow.
went through a lot to get out of that divorce. I mean, I remember everything he went through to get out of that, just to move on to this chick and be like, nah, the environment that you're in these side scenarios, the environment is what makes it that much more exciting. There's an element of suspense.
You mean the gas station parking lot?
Absolutely. Munching down them damn sandwiches, them Subway.
Got that Jersey Mike.
Yep. And you looking around to see, make sure the cops don't pull up, making who around here? Who called
somebody foot up against the window? Yeah, okay.
Listen,
not that I've ever done that. I was just saying. Go ahead.
I'm going to admit to something that I'm not very proud of, but in that situation, I think at one time I had 3 side chicks. Okay, and I never
at one time.
Yeah,
dang.
But never once did I ever resort to any kind of parking lot or gas station or any kind of thing like
all 3 of them must have had their own places.
Yeah, yep. They had their own places, brother. Because if they didn't,
because they did what?
Then you'd be in the parking lot.
Exactly. You'd be right at that parking lot.
You'd be in the parking lot. But if they got their own spots that he could come over to, that usually means that they're nobody's main chick. They're just side chicks. So he went over and he didn't have to go to the parking lot and take his chances with the cops.
I did spring for a $40 motel one time.
That too.
Wow, top of the line, huh? What's that? A half a star? It's a $40 room.
I don't know, but she didn't kick in on it, so
So she got what she got. So how do you have 3 side chicks?
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Well, at the time I was managing a restaurant, and so I came across a lot of females, and I didn't want to go home very often. So one of them was she was actually a woman that I should have married. We had dated for like 3 years, and I should have married her. And the other 2, one was a waitress and another was a customer. So.
Oh, okay. So
why are you giving the customer freebies?
No.
I mean, you're a hard ass.
Hey.
He knows how to keep it.
He get a drink.
He knows how to keep it business.
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely borderlines.
Right. He was sponsoring no one.
No, I wasn't looking to sponsor anybody for sure.
And so how did they?
I'm sorry. Hold on. What did you just say?
I said I wasn't looking to sponsor anybody for sure.
Okay. I thought you said something. I'm not even buying her a shirt. Okay.
Hey, Samsia. Hey, Big Dave. How are y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Appreciate y'all. So
I got a comment before. Let's go back to something Georgia Porgy said. I found extremely disturbing. Something about his mama wouldn't give daddy no head, so daddy had to go get in the streets. I need to know, why do you know this? Why are you privy to that detail?
Yeah. When parents get older, they start spilling them beans.
They tell all the beans like that. My God!
You start catching these secrets.
These are beans I don't need. I don't need these beans. I need my mama to keep this to herself and take it to her grave.
Yeah, your mother wasn't sucking my dick, so I gotta give you another woman. Like,
yeah, you find out.
I could take I could take the whole daddy was a whole thing, but I don't need to know the other details about my saintly mother. Just
Yeah, you start to find out why then your father and your uncle is so far apart in age. Yo.
I told y'all about my homegirl that says she's gonna die without ever putting her lips anywhere near a penis. She's been
Wow.
married for, damn near 30 years. She is not. She said she's not doing that. So you do understand your husband does not have dry balls. Someone's licking them. Someone is humming on them.
Yeah,
So just because you won't do it, don't mean it does not get done.
somebody's in the damn Walmart parking lot humming,
That's
Okay,
the thing about
they
parking lot.
they
humming the
are giving
tune.
men a case for having a side piece. I'm just saying. I'm
So,
just
so,
Hey,
saying.
so Blake, so how did you, so you don't have side chicks anymore, or or that's something you're not going
He
to
said he
make?
don't have anybody right now.
Oh, okay. So how did you, what made you come to the resolution that I just had to just start all over in this clean house?
He got
what made
caught.
me start over?
Right.
No, I
He
didn't get
got
caught.
caught. Okay, my bad.
No,
Did you get caught? Did you get caught, Blake? Did you get caught?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, at some point, I'll tell you a short story
Okay.
about those events. It took about maybe 6 months for this to go down, but I went home one night and my daughter was there, and I kind of had a moment of self reflection and realized that everything I was doing was stupid. It wasn't going to solve the situation. So I stopped with the other women and I tried to make it work. I had guilt,
Oh,
and
wow.
we were gonna go to counseling a couple different times. Never happened. And then we were gonna go out one night, and I had taken off work, and she basically ghosted me. She was punishing me, is what she was doing.
Okay.
But she showed up at like 2:30 in the morning, drunk, and she wanted to fight. She wanted to argue, and I didn't want to, and I hadn't been drinking. And I told her, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And she started threatening me, telling me that she's going to take my daughter away, and I'm going to pay, and I'm never going to see her, and
Oh,
she's going to ruin
wow.
my life. And so she's
Wow.
standing over me, and while I'm laying on the couch, and she's got her finger in my face, and she's screaming at me. And I told her to go to bed like 5 or 6 times, and she wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stood up, and I grabbed her by her tank top, and I pulled her into the bedroom, and I pushed her on the bed, and I said, "Go to sleep." And I closed the door and went and laid back on the bed, or
Okay.
on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And she called the police and told the police that I slapped her and that I choked her and that I did all this stuff. And of course she
Wow.
was lying. And the police officer knew that she was lying. And so I left that night and went and slept in a church parking lot in my truck. And
Oh.
and there
Damn.
was a part of me that still thought maybe like, okay, she was drunk. It wasn't a good night. I haven't confessed yet. We need to get this out. We need to get
Mm-hmm.
shit straight. But I was like, she's gonna lie to the police about me to try to get me hauled off to jail and probably prison,
Mm.
and she's gonna hold my daughter over my head and try to keep her from me. And
Right.
there was no coming back from it.
Right.
There
Right.
was no
Good move.
so we split ways, and it's been clover and roses ever since.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
really?
Mm,
Clover and roses, huh?
yeah, act now, hell. Any man that's part of the system with children um, is not enjoying life at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it
So,
doesn't have anything to do with finances. It has to do with the control and the manipulation and the torture and the emotions and the disgrace and the lack of vision. You know,
Mm-hmm.
mm.
there, there's nothing good for men in child support courts or family courts or divorce court. It's all bad. I will
Mm-hmm.
say this though, in regards to sex, the best sex lives that I've ever had have always been in committed relationships.
Right.
It was never really in the sexual realm. It was never really fulfilling with side chicks. It was always the best with somebody that I knew well, that I cared about, that I'd spent a significant amount of time with.
Do you agree with that? A story to tell? Is committed relationship sex better than side chick sex? No.
I mean, nah. That's the thing about it is that how you feel about a person intensifies the sex. So I wouldn't. I mean, you've had some side chicks who've done some amazing things, but in reality, when you care for a person, it can be terrible. Like literally, you go with a side chick and give them 5 minutes and they're like, oh, hell no. You go to somebody that you love and you care about, you have a bond with, that 5 minutes can feel like 30, because you know each other, you're in tune with each other's bodies, you know what I mean? You know exactly what button to go to and whoop, whoop, what move to press. And, so, I mean, I agree in that aspect, but nah, there's some side chicks out there, bro.
So you don't agree? That's what I was thinking.
I think he's saddling the fence. He seems to be both sides in it over there.
Right.
I will say this though. One of the things that I did enjoy about having side chicks, so to speak, was the kind of flirting aspect of it, the longing and the not necessarily pictures, but flirting back. Yeah. Throughout the day, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm looking forward to, and you can have that in a committed relationship, but those kinds of things help to keep things fresh. It helps to let your partner know where your head's at, that you're still with them, that you will put forth the energy and the effort and the thoughts to, keep that kind of thing alive. I had that in the relationship that I should have been married in. And
hold on. So why you say you should have married her when she was a side chick?
I think it was before she became the side chick. They had a relationship.
Oh, okay.
We had broke up for 3 years, and then I got then I got involved with a girl that was my baby mama, so to speak. That was quite a bit young. That was quite a bit younger than me, and I shouldn't have done any of it, but it is now. So
let me ask you this: so the side chicks, you had 3 side chicks and 1 main chick.
Yeah.
So did the 3 side chicks? It didn't help, because a lot of times men try to say that having a side chick helps with the relationship, make the marriage better, or make the long-term relationship better. So did those 3 women compare to help your main relationship?
No. I mean, it did temporarily. Like I said, it's almost like a drug. You go there and you get the hit of anything and everything that you think that you need at that time, and then you have to go home again, back to your reality, back to the things that you still have to deal with.
Right.
There's dudes that get off of work at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they will literally pull up in their driveway. And they will sit in the car and listen to the radio for 2 or 3 hours.
They don't want to go in their home.
I want to go in their home. Man.
I cannot imagine what a life to live.
I have actually sat on the phone with male friends that have told me that they're just sitting in their driveway. They don't want to go in the house.
That is insane to me. What's going on in the house? What is a one woman doing so terrible that you won't even walk into the own house where you pay bills? Dang.
Look, when I explain how my household runs, a lot of men is like mind boggles, because they can't imagine coming home to the environment I'm trying to create.
Right.
Where my husband can relax, put his feet up, grab the remote. A plate will be served to you unless you want to come to the table. We could eat at the table. Wherever you are, that's where I'm going to bring your food. What you want to drink? I got your drink. I got, I'm trying to create that environment where you come home and you're the king of this castle. So you should feel like the king of this castle. You shouldn't feel the weight of the world and from outside and then come inside and there's more drama waiting for you. That
I didn't
makes
know.
zero sense to me.
I've
So
always heard. I didn't
imagine.
know women are that
Uh,
bad. I just can't believe women can
Yes,
be
they
that.
are. Yes,
So
they are.
imagine. So imagine sitting in that car in the driveway,
Mm-hmm.
listening to the radio. Add 2 medium club sandwiches from Jersey Mike's and a blowjob.
That does sound more fun than going home to a ratchet woman that's just ready to, in your ear. God,
Right, just ready to
That,
tell you.
no man wants to come home to that BS.
Did you get your certification yet? Did you take the test?
I
Did
mean,
you
but
ask for the promotion?
but is it really a woman being nagging, or is it a woman making sure business is being taken care of in the household, guys?
Why you put them
What
Why you
is
put
it?
them
What?
clothes in the washing machine if you wasn't gonna wash them? It's
I
not a
tell you,
hamper.
Is that?
Yeah, nagging. I don't get that. Stop the nagging. Is pick a battle. I mean, if there's something in particular that needs to be done and it's an urgent matter. But other than that, shut up. I'm
That
sorry, it's
is
just not that important.
right.
If there's a leak, it's going to cause damage, which is going to cost money, and if it's left unattended, it's going to continue to cause more damage and more money. That's important. Let's handle that. Hey, you touched that leak yet? Hey, I think the floor is still leaking. Hey, have you had a chance to look at that? I'm gonna nag you about that. I'm sorry, but you left your drawers on the floor. I'm just not. Now I'll leave them there too. You know what? Make a pile, dude. And then when you run out of clean drawers, well, they weren't in the hamper. I washed everything in the hamper. Guess what you're going to do after that? You're going to put them drawers in the hamper. I never had to tell you to pick your drawers up off the floor.
Yeah.
Problem
if you don't
solved.
mind me asking, how old are you, ma'am?
I will not tell my age online, mostly because she doesn't want me to. I don't have a problem with telling my age, but she won't let me. I will say this: I've been married for almost 30 years.
Okay, that's enough. All right. Well, there's a certain well, what you're talking about treating your man like a king and, fixing his plate, what do you want to drink, honey, and all that kind of stuff. I don't require that. And in a certain light, that would almost make me uncomfortable. There's always a happy
Why?
medium.
Hmm.
I don't know, because I'm capable of doing it myself.
Absolutely.
Because it almost seems unequal, I guess, maybe. I think that what men are just looking for.
Why is it unequal, though?
I don't know.
I'll say this in my particular situation, and I can only speak for mine.
Mhm.
I'm treated like a queen. I have no problem treating him like a king. I want him to
Yeah.
feel like a king in his home. I feel like a queen in mine.
No,
I
no, no.
damn near got
Yeah,
these dudes serving me grapes while I'm chilling. That's how I raised my kids. So, so I literally feel like a queen in my own home. So, I have no problem, making him feel like a king.
no. And I wasn't knocking that.
Oh no, I know,
I
I
guess
know. I'm just saying, I can only speak for my household. What works for us?
I'm on the short side of 40, so I'm not quite there yet. But um, what my expectation out of the woman that I had the child with was just laundry, make a meal every once in a while,
Hmm.
be appreciative for the things that I do around the house and do for your family and that kind of thing. And it wasn't there. And I think as generations go by, there's a greater divide between um, men and women and our perspectives and
Hmm.
maybe just empathy in the truest definition of the word. I don't
Again,
think
that
that.
makes me want to take you to the manosphere because I wish you actually have you heard of the manosphere before?
Yeah, most
Okay,
definitely. I was there earlier
okay,
tonight.
okay. So, okay, and so a lot of the mindset is that women are supposed to be subservient and kiss the ring kind of attitudes, which doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for most people. So it just amazes me that there are men out, these men expect this treatment. It's not so much as they feel like the woman should want to do it, of course, but I don't really think they care if she wants to do it. They just want it. But I don't know. I just find it very weird when you get to see the different perspectives, because not everybody wants that. But then there's this group that really believes that this is what they are owed, and they give nothing in return for it. There's no queendom, just a kingdom.
There,
And like, see,
there.
like I usually tell Tish, I mean, you have to. What I think they're doing, they're being extreme. You know what I mean?
Very.
So if
Right,
you're trying
right.
to push something extreme, so it falls in the middle,
And you get some
that's what
results.
you have to do. So you're right. So you won't have everything that you're saying because you're being extreme, but you will at least have 3 out of the 5, 2 out of the 5, and it's better than 0 out of 5. So they're being extreme, and I'm sure if you locate those dudes and find out their situation is trust. It's a lot going on. When they cut these YouTube screams off,
Right.
they getting you. Come down here. You left the clothes in the washer.
Okay.
I was on the manosphere meeting.
Like F you in the F Manosphere meeting. I think it was interesting. Big Dave and Vega have the same story, as in Big Dave says, as a widower, it took me a while to stop wearing my wedding ring, which is so sweet. I'll tell you, this woman had no problem trying to be a side chick. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Wow.
some women work hard. So you're saying and then Vega says, same here, Dave. I had my wedding ring on for a while, and if anything, it drew men. So what's wrong with people when they are drawn to a man or drawn to a woman that already have a serious situation already going on?
They're looking for, there's a reason they want to be a part of that situation. They only want a piece of man. Literally. They don't want a full-time dude in their ass. They want to have their time to do their thing and just get some peen and maybe some dollars on the side. That's all they want.
You think women really think that way, or you
Yeah,
really
there
think
are some. I've met some. I've met some that actually say, "Oh no, no, I'm not." They wear have you not seen the chicks wearing the t-shirts referring to themselves as a side chick?
no?
Yeah, I mean there are some benefits because you can get jewelry and you could get, automobiles if he got some money, you can get your bills paid and you can not work. You can have all the benefits of being with the dude without the beneficiary benefits. You know what I'm saying? So you can get that temporary stuff. It's not long term because, you know, he can't take care of you for the rest of your life because eventually you're not going to be of any use to him. So
Well,
unless
and
he
two,
develops feelings for you, he's done. But
if there's a
what's that?
woman going after a married man or a man going after a married woman, you already know that there's a borderline. There's already a threshold that's not going to be
Right.
crossed,
That's what
and
we were
and
talking
you
about
know that,
earlier. Yeah.
yeah, and there's almost zero accountability or responsibility that you have to that relationship, such as it is. I mean, it's very
Benefits without the beneficiary benefits. That's what I was talking about too.
yeah.
That's, where you can't, like, if he dies, you're not in the will more than likely. He's got a family, he's got a wife, whatever the case may be. Those are the people he's looking after. There are no long-term beneficiary benefits for you. This has a lifespan.
And you gotta
And
also no, you gotta blink.
all your time spent with that person, if they're married, is exactly what they want and what you want out of it. You don't have to take care of them when they're sick. You don't have to watch the kids. You don't have to do any of the kind of things that involve hard work, difficult things, stressful things that usually go along with committed long-term relationships. If you mess around with married people, all those difficult things are contained, and you just get to deal with the cream that rises to the surface. You
Right.
get to skim that off, and you get to have it when you want.
I don't think women want that. I just think women give up and they feel like they just don't have what it takes to maintain a real relationship or
Or to
to
have a
have
man to themselves.
you said what now?
Or to have a man to themselves.
Right. And they feel insecure that they can't do it. So they just, they feel like
Settle.
they can't win in that aspect. So they just,
Settle for the little piece they could get.
right. And they feel like they're the best side. Instead of being the best wife, they feel like, well, I'll just be the best side chick. And that's just my position. And that's what it is. and their whole life is centered around antagonizing the woman that is worthy and that is willing to do the job. I think.
And then another aspect, like you have people out here, and I don't see this much with women. I see this more with men. You'll have a man that doesn't have 3 side chicks. He'll have 3 girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, he'll have his
3
main, and then it's, yeah, they literally be relationships.
Oh,
you
there's
know?
a difference? I thought a side chick was a relationship, so there's a
No,
difference?
not really. No, it's a sex
Girlfriend.
relation. It's a sexual relationship. It's a contractual relationship. It's a barter system.
Right. You'll have guys out here that'll have 3 girlfriends, like on the side from their main or whatever. And
Wow, that's so much
you
work.
and you can exactly, it's exhausting thinking about it.
I
And
know.
they'll get upset if somebody tries to hone in on one of those. You know, he's bragging about it as if they're side chicks, but it's like, really, those are his girlfriends. Because if, you know, he'll find out that she has a boyfriend, or maybe she'll get tired of being in this scenario that she accepted once upon a time, and a new dude will come into play and try to remove that situation, and you'll see all hell break loose, yo. A lot of these dudes definitely, nah, you got girlfriends. I remember Charlemagne was talking about, because Wendy Williams, and you know, he used to be on the radio down here.
Right.
Wendy Williams came and got him, and he became close with her husband, Kevin Hunter. Kevin Hunter had, Charlemagne had a female friend down here, and somehow her and Kevin got mixed up. That's the person that Wendy Williams'
Kevin's with
husband is
now?
with now. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
That was
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
she's from
Charlemagne's
Colombia.
friend. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's Charlemagne's friend. Charlemagne tried to hook up his other homeboy with her, and all hell broke loose. Yo, that's when, you know, Wendy, you know, that's when he really got fired. I mean, they said they had to let people go, but that was the reason he got fired.
Oh, wow. I mean, that wasn't his fault that her husband didn't know how to behave. That's a side chick that just went too
Right.
far. And why did he stay with this side chick and did all of this with this side chick? Why do y'all think?
Because
She was putting her finger in his ass. Go ahead.
yeah, I think that was part of it. I did hear
I'm
something like
telling
that.
Sidebar, do y'all men really like that? Do y'all like Blake?
Most of them want him.
Nah.
There was only one woman that ever did that, and I have to say that the environment and the situation that it happened in, it was a pleasurable experience.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Admit that. Admit that. Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna say-
I want to know. Go ahead.
Nah, I look
there
at
was
it as big.
Go ahead, finish, Blake.
I know. I have story to tell. Sitting over there like, what the fuck did he just say? No, he said some real shit right there. Represent. Go ahead, baby.
It was good timing that she had, and it was a surprise. It was definitely exciting, and you know, it was what
That's
it was.
real man shit right there. Let's go ahead.
I didn't ask for it, and I haven't asked for it since. She wanted to do it, and I didn't tell her no.
It's story to tell. What you about to say? Now you know you like a story to tell. Stop it. Just stop it.
Nah, I don't even play around like that. In the off chance.
Are you afraid, like Monique said, bring the little ride because it might bring the little bitch out you. Might have you squealing. You ain't ready.
I don't mess with that.
You know, it does not make you gay. Yeah. You know that, right?
It's like if you
it's
got
not gay. It is not gay.
If you have alcoholics in your family, you probably should stay away from drinks. So I don't want to mess around. I don't want to mess around. And be
you don't mess around and end up liking it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's every man's real fear is that they might actually enjoy it.
Yeah, but that's what you do.
No.
But that's why you do it to enjoy it. It's supposed to be a part of the experience.
They don't want no woman to ever be able to tell nobody she put her finger in his ass.
Exactly. Use me like a puppet. Yo, I'm good.
Okay. Because you know she gonna tell her friends. You know we gonna tell her.
The minute you mess up. Yep. The minute you mess up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The You say that with my fingers in your ass.
Yep, she be doing
Here's the
shadow
way I look at it.
puppets.
What'd you say, Blake?
Here's the way I look at it. If you ask men honestly what they enjoy doing with women in the bedroom, they're gonna say all sorts of nasty stuff. They're gonna say what they want to do, what they have done, what they fantasize about, and you're gonna hear all sorts of disgusting, vile things that you might turn an eye to. Now, if men want to do those kind of things to women and expect them, so maybe some enjoy it, maybe some don't, who knows? Then why would you be so opposed to women having fantasies of maybe what they like to do?
That's a good point.
Once again,
I mean,
I'm good on that.
if you're tagging some chick, if you're banging some chick from behind and she's doggy style and all that kind of stuff, and your thumb or your finger or whatever happens to go down there, and maybe she likes it, maybe she doesn't, I don't know, but she lets you do it. Okay, so it's a mutual experience, and that was something you wanted to do, and she squealed, and it was enjoyable and pleasurable and all that kind of stuff. I mean, why are you going to tell her no when she says, "Hey, babe, this is what I want to do"? Well,
Or she
all right,
doesn't tell you, and she does it anyway. You gonna get mad? You gonna kick out the bed?
No.
Nah, see, I have that reaction. It's kind of
So
like
you
a
might
trick
end up kicking her
arm.
across the room without thinking about it.
Yeah, I did that. I did that one time, one of my girlfriends, and she wasn't trying to, this wasn't even sexually related. Like, I was reaching for something, and she went and tried to, like, poke me, and I straight, like, just off a trick reaction, yeah. Just knocked her back, yo. Like, yo, don't do that.
He horse back kicked her ass.
Yeah, yo, I ain't even, my hand had a mind of its own, yo.
Slap the whole girl across the room. My bad, boo. I saw you coming from my ass. I don't know. I saw you at my peripheral.
Straight up, yeah. I had to give her a hug, yo, because it was just a reaction. Like, hold on.
Hug. She got a whole
He
hug.
really kicked her ass across the room.
Yeah.
What Georgie Porgy saying? He said, I remember an older lady that was a pharmacist tried to turn me out. She licked, but I didn't poke. Boy, shut up.
She what?
He said,
She
I remember.
but then poke. She licked his ass, but she didn't stick her finger in.
He trying to say an older pharmacist lady. He trying to be funny. He trying to say I did that shit.
I mean, so it couldn't have been another pharmacist. You don't think pharmacists are kinky?
No, I think I'm the only one. No. Was it me, Georgie Porgy? Because that's a lie. Anyway, we say angering, and she says, "Okay, Mr. Finger in the ass man." Yeah, that's women get stupid. So, go ahead, Blake.
Let me ask you, ladies, something. So I've been actually trying to date over the last like 6 months, and you can't really there's no bars to be going to around here. There's no social activities. There's no concerts. I don't really have. I'm in Arkansas.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, I grew up in Iowa, and now I'm in Arkansas.
Dang. Two places.
Really?
I mean,
Tish.
Iowa wasn't that bad, but as the years have gone by, and as I've gotten older, the social atmosphere has changed quite a bit. And when I meet women like online on like Facebook dating site or something like that, and you try to be witty and break the ice and get their attention, you get that, and then all of a sudden women seem to want to draw back, like protect themselves or make you wait or like hold out. And I'm really impatient. I like to hear somebody's voice. I'd like to talk to them.
Right.
I would like to have that first date as soon as possible.
Right.
So we don't have to waste our time. And, when you text message somebody.
When you say as soon as possible, you talking about like 24, 48 hours kind of thing? Let's go and nip it in the bud, get that first date out the way?
Maybe in a week. Yeah. Maybe a date in a week.
And right now, when you do that, when you're kind of saying this is what you want to do, women are pulling back.
Yeah, they'll like completely disappear.
Yeah, because they think you crazy. That's why. And I'm not saying you are. I'm saying it'll scare a woman a little bit because it'll seem like, what's he gonna do? What's he trying to do? So they're actually thinking more about their safety. If you come off so aggressively in these times, it does come off as, is he going to kill me? Is he a serial
Well,
killer? You know, we're always thinking that. So a
well,
woman's natural instinct would be to pull back when you do that.
well, you try to come up with something witty to get, like noticed, to get the conversation rolling. And
Right.
I do pretty well. I do pretty well, typing things out. I can express
Mm-hmm.
myself and communicate pretty well. And you
Okay.
get to that point, and then you're asking shit like, oh, do you like sushi? What's your natural hair
Right.
color? Shit like that. And they're laughing out loud, and this is all in text, of course. And then you're
Right.
like,
You're
what
ready
does
to
this
for the
chick?
next step.
Yeah, you're like, what does this chick sound like? I want to hear her laugh. I want to,
Right. I mean, especially
So now I'm with you as far as I would want to at least get the first phone conversation out of the way, you know, and let's see if the chemistry goes beyond text. Okay, now I've heard his voice. Now we've had some real conversation. I start to know a little bit about him and stuff like that. And, I'm feeling a little more comfortable. You have to have that phone conversation early on. Let's not waste time. Let's move forward. But women are real trepidatious about giving out their number as well. So one of the things I would suggest is if you're pushing for that first conversation, tell them to get a Google number. They can get a Google number and change it, and you'll never have their real number until they're ready for you to have their real number. And that might give
yeah.
them a sense of security, so it doesn't feel again like he's going to hunt me down and kill me.
Now, as for the going out part, I do get a little weary when a man wants to go out like right away. I mean, and the only thing is, I kind of want to talk first and kind of mellow into you to see if you're worth me getting all dressed up and pretty for, number one. And then, two, I don't know. That's just the main thing. Number one, really. But men, y'all do get pretty like, y'all want to hurry up and see the woman and, see what's going on because y'all want to hurry up and know if you want to get her out the way first, if she's worth y'all time, So men and women got two different type of timing. Y'all want to do it right away. But my sister, she doesn't mind doing phone calls, like video Zoom calls, like right then and there. She has no problem with that. Versus me, I like to kind of I'm a texter, so I want to kind of text first and then finally
How
get on
long
the
are we
phone.
texting before there's a phone conversation, before we can talk?
Like 3 or 4 days. I do it 3 or 4 days.
That's not too long.
I mean, but sometimes these men want to do it that day. They want like that day. They don't want to try to like get you into it. They don't want to try to get to know you. Just do the small talk over text. They just want that day.
Right. And and some women, even if we don't think you're trying to kill us, we think you're trying to get ass day one too.
Right.
So they're trying to push back and feel you out a little bit more before they decide to give out that number, because things start moving rather quickly from there.
Yeah.
I'll say this too. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I remember like my homegirl was telling me she had met a dude in Kroger, and by the time she had packed the car with the groceries, this dude had texted her. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely comes across thirsty. You know what I mean? And women are easily turned off by that. You know what I mean? Because it appears like you have nothing else going on. Like, yo, he texts me right away. And that can be interpreted that way. Or he could be 50 something and not have no time. Like,
right. Because if a man does take too long, that means he's not interested.
He's not interested, or he's playing games. Well,
right.
There you go. See,
I can't stand that part.
So there's a fine line. Yeah, give her 15 minutes. Damn. Shoot. Let me get in the car. Oh, dang.
Yeah, that sounded hungry to me. Yeah, that sounded thirsty to me. And then he ended up being thirsty. He ended up being thirsty. That's what it turned out to be.
He sounded real damn thirsty. That's what he sounded like.
He was offering taking her out to dinner like later on that day. Like, come on, fam.
Well, I want to say this from a guy's perspective. It seems like women have a whole lot of suitors. That there's a whole lot of guys that are, whether you're talking about like Tinder or whatever, there's always guys approaching you. it's pretty hard to get a woman's attention on a dating site or social media or whatever it may be.
It is hard,
And once,
yeah.
and once you get it, it seems like the women just kind of more or less sit there and wait for you to please them. And it's difficult to do because you can't come across the way you want to in text message. Like you can't read
Right. Because you don't know
somebody's
how
tone
that's
of
going to be
voice.
interpreted.
Yeah, you don't even know how the words are. Yeah, is he being sarcastic? Is he
And God
laughing?
forbid you don't say exactly what you meant to say, and you leave out a word or something, then it's totally interpreted wrong.
Yeah, and that's why there's that desire, that need, that want to get off of this damn text messaging, because you don't want to be
Misconstrued.
You don't want to be misunderstood. You don't.
Right.
If it's going to work out, if we're both attracted to one another, if we like our backgrounds, the direction we're heading, let's get to something a little bit meaningful, a little bit serious as fast as we can, because I'd rather not lose this before it even starts up anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where
But
are
wait,
these dudes?
I mean, but you're in Arkansas, you said now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how is the dating in Arkansas? I bet it's is it like a lot of variety, or anything,
I mean, I would say there's plenty of variety, but I don't really fit in anywhere here. Like I'm not what you'd call like a hillbilly. I'm not an urbanite. So I kind of fit.
You need to hit the South, dude.
Well, I'm not religious either. So like there's an aspect about me that if you put it in a profile, basically like 98% of the women out there are going to find some reason not to. And that's what makes it even more urgent. Like, okay, I got this chick's attention. She's not, completely turned off that I'm agnostic. She apparently likes white guys. I don't have too much gray hair for her.
Hold on. You white?
Yeah, I'm white. Of course I'm white. Jesus, woman.
I wasn't sure.
No, I'm a real Americanized Hispanic.
Okay. Okay.
I do tan well.
Okay, I was like, 'cause I wasn't really sure. You just look like a light-skinned black man, but I wasn't really sure, so I was dying to ask. So thank you for that.
You're so stupid.
You guys really thought I was black?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure. I just, I figured that just you had an accent clearly, but other than that, I wasn't sure. Were you sure a story to tell?
Yeah, I was sure. I've met him before. I've met Blake before.
Oh, okay.
Well, then that doesn't count.
Right.
Now, who paneled up?
That is Poppy. Poppy.
What's up, Poppy?
How you doing tonight?
What's good, bro?
Hey, Poppy. What's up, Poppy?
Story? How you doing, my man?
Chilling, brother. How you doing, man?
Just chilling at the crib.
Yeah.
What you got that dog on camera, man?
I'm gonna let you take out, man. I'm gonna let you take over, y'all. I'm about to head out. Give me some sleep.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate y'all, yo.
Good night, darling.
Thank you. Good night. So, Poppy. Have you had some side chicks before? Now, Blake already said he had 3 side chicks at one time. Can you beat that number?
You know, Poppy got that. I'm just kidding.
Nah,
what you got on that, Poppy?
They are necessary.
What's that? Side chicks are necessary?
Side chicks are dangerous, man.
What?
He's gonna come down to that. Yeah, they are. You want a break, right?
You talking about Blake? You talking to Blake, right?
No, I'm talking about. Do you want to have a break?
Who?
What are you
women?
Talking about?
Women. Do you want to have a break?
No. Women, hold on. There's penis to be had, and you're going to take it somewhere else? Absolutely not. No, we don't need no breaks around here. No.
Why come?
Who's taking breaks? We don't take days off.
Yes, you do. Yes, you take your days off. When
it depends on the couple.
No. Hey, she said it, not me. when y'all on this, listen, y'all bleed every month, right?
Okay, so let's just say you take a break for that. Okay, he get 1 week vacation every month. What's the problem? Then what?
He probably need a little.
He might need a break too. He need a break during that time too. Get your mind right. And you know, not every hole is closed. So now what?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's gonna
Yeah.
come down to that, yo. In the next 10, 15 years, yeah, women gonna have to start sharing men.
I actually agree it's gonna happen.
It's gonna come
I
down to
can't
that, yo.
argue with you. I think it's gonna happen.
You
Blake,
wanna know what?
Blake, do you agree
Unless
with that?
Blake, are you over on this side of the team? We need to know what team you on now.
Blake.
I'm trying to follow along. I'm not really understanding exactly. Break
Okay.
it down for me. Give me
My
about 10
question right
seconds.
now is, do you date black women?
I would. I haven't, but I would.
Okay. All right.
The
Yeah,
reason
you need to come
why,
on down, side player, because these men ain't trying to marry us out here.
yeah, the reason why females gonna have to start sharing men is because it's more females than men. And guess what?
I would
Yeah.
never share a man
Hold on, hold
ever.
on. Let me finish. Let me finish. You said that
Okay.
now. But hey, but look. First of all, it's a lot of guys going gay. Let's start there. It's a lot of guys that messing with other guys, right? You got
Okay.
a lot of guys out of the equation. It's a lot of guys in jail too.
Okay.
And female is picky. So your
Mm,
pool start becoming real small, like real small.
okay.
I
Now,
can't argue with anything he said.
listen, if you find a good guy that taking care of business, right?
Okay.
You're gonna have a second one, or I say 2 or 3 is good enough. That's what's gonna
Yeah, he
happen.
meant that. That's what he means that. I mean,
It's gonna happen, yo. Maybe not for y'all. Y'all already check out the game. Y'all out the game already. Kay's married, so she good. You and you pharmacist, I don't know, man. If you find a good man, you probably gonna have to be a sister wife or something.
No, I'm not doing that. I'd rather be single. That's why
I
I
know
don't
some
mind.
sister wives, and they love it. I do know
Why
some
would
sister
you rather
wives.
be single instead of being with a good man? I don't. That's
That,
so fascinating
that,
to me.
so
Is
that's
he a good man if he wants 2 women?
exactly. To me, that's not a good man. Is that a
Really?
good? Hold on, Blake. So Blake, what do you think? You think we gonna have to eventually have to start sharing y'all men in the next, few years from what Poppy is
No,
saying?
because I think there's women out there that have themselves fooled that they're okay with being single. I think
Mhm.
there's plenty of women. I think there's plenty of women that have married the government, so to speak, and are satisfied um, topically with their toys and their social media and their everyday
They
life,
talking
and they
big
don't
shit.
think and they don't think that a man will add anything to their life. I think they're mistaken, but I think that a lot of women have themselves fooled in that respect.
Adrian, hold up. Adrian, are you one of those type women? Are you the one that feel like you just don't need a man anymore? Right,
Oh, you
Adrian?
didn't see Adrian's comment earlier where she said
What?
she liked coming home to her house with all of her shit is where she left it,
Left it
and there
true.
is silence. But
Wow.
okay, Blake, I got a question. Now, you've never been married, correct?
No,
Do you want to be married?
yeah, I wanted to be married
Are you
when I was a
currently
kid.
looking for a wife?
Yeah,
Okay, so you are dating with intention. When you date, you are letting women know that you are looking for a wife, or you just wait and see what happens.
you almost can't really say that. I mean, yes, I'm dating with intention, but I don't think you can limit yourself that way because there's a lot of people, like I say, who think this
Think they
is
don't want.
yeah, think they don't want this or they don't want that. So if you put it out there to say, well, I want a girlfriend that I intend to make my wife, they're going to get turned off from even the idea of the relationship to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm gonna say this. I think this is a difference where there's a difference between dating black women and dating white women, and I'm gonna say that because I think black women are, especially when they hit to a certain age, they're not really feeling like they have that option to say, yeah, I'm not looking for someone who's looking for that. I think they're at that point, they're definitely looking for that, and they're looking for someone who's looking for that. Where I don't think the pool is the same with white women because they have more men to choose from, so they're not feeling the
There,
same pressure, and so yeah,
there
they
may be
may
some
feel
truth in that.
like they have more options, and they don't have to start looking for a husband right now because when they're ready, they'll be able to find it.
Yeah, there may be some truth in that.
Yeah, it's two different things, bro. It's two different words, black and white.
So again, you need to move on down south because I got some sisters I can hook you up with. Go ahead.
Well,
Poppy.
she is really on it. She's like, for real. So, Poppy Blanco, what you got to say? Every good man deserves a side piece. What the hell are you saying?
Who said
It's
that?
like a gift. It's a trophy. You know what I mean? Like you got like your everyday car, and then you got your Mercedes Benz that you like drive to special occasions. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Poppy said that bullshit. Okay,
Yes, he
Poppy.
did.
Seriously, every good man deserves a side chick. Deserves one. Okay.
He's on the panel and he's typing this foolishness out.
Okay, exactly, Poppy. I'm gonna have to go get a glass of wine. What the hell?
Get it. Go ahead and get it.
And
No,
why?
no, I need a clear head. I need a clear head for this
Why?
bullshit.
Because
Go ahead.
look, females be killing me, man. Y'all always be screaming this sisterhood bullshit, right? Don't you want the same for your sister?
What do you mean?
Don't you want your sister to be happy?
Poppy, did you just say that bullshit out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, so for sisterhood, girl, we supposed to take one for the team.
Yeah, man. You're supposed to be like, hey, man, like, look, we both can share this guy right here.
You
right?
need a dude. I need a dude. Girl, let's do this. Teamwork make the dream work.
So you find the perfect guy, and this guy give you that deal. Talk about he want a two wife. You will rather
He is no longer the perfect guy.
Right. He's not the perfect guy anymore.
Why not make him the perfect guy?
Because he already got a woman, Poppy. He already has a woman.
Or if he doesn't already have one,
Okay.
he's currently shopping for more than one.
But hold on now. Y'all read the Bible, right?
Yes, Poppy.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, Poppy. I read the Bible.
You know all the prophets have several wives, right?
That was in the Old Testament, Poppy.
Oh,
Stop
here
it.
we go.
The-
It don't
about
matter,
stop it,
all of
Poppy.
it happens.
I know the Bible, Poppy, so you're not going to come with that half
Yeah,
ass Bible
kill
talk.
me, yo. Yeah, always hit me with this. I'm a Christian, but the shit that I be living on is prey on men that used to have different wives, right?
Old Testament.
So
But then now there's a New Testament.
real, yeah. Who wrote it? Clinton.
You're right.
All right, it don't matter, yo. It was in the Bible, okay?
Right. But the New Testament covers the Old Testament. It's an upgrade, Poppy.
Wow.
I
Is
think
this
you
even
should.
a
I think you
discussion?
should look into that. If you find this good guy, he ready to love you. He might have a wife already. Hey, you might as well become your second wife.
So I'm supposed to trust that he's gonna love me, and he over here shopping for a new wife?
No, because both of you will be in the same. I mean, like that's one thing I like about the Muslims. They got it right. They got it right. You can have as many wives as you want to, as long as you can take care of them equally. That's the point.
That's true.
Buy her a house.
But the problem with the way the Muslims do it, though, for real, and I'm not even joking about this, is a lot of their wives are also their cousins.
Now, come on, man. Where you got that from, bro?
Have you been to Virginia?
No, I have not been to Virginia.
Cousin?
Oh, that's commonplace in Virginia, West Virginia, and parts of Kentucky.
I know a lot of Muslims. And I never heard that one before.
Well, there's a big problem. There's a big problem with genetic issues and mental problems and all sorts of stuff, emotional problems, and it results from interbreeding with your family. And they do it a lot in the Middle East. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I never heard that one before.
You should look it up when you get through here. Look it up.
Listen, and I know a lot of Muslims. I have never heard like, yeah, man, my second wife is her cousin. I never heard that one.
Well, who the hell would admit something like that?
Okay, news to me. That's all I can say. Never heard that one before.
You'd be like, yeah, my uncle set me up with my second wife.
I heard about some shit like that when it comes to the Mormons. I heard that's what I heard about the Mormons, but not the Muslims, man. I ain't heard about that.
I want to change the subject just for a minute. I am in Arkansas. How far south do I need to go exactly?
Past Virginia. So Okay, so so you're in Arkansas. Actually, you be coming from like Georgia, right? That area. You need to go like towards South Carolina, North Carolina.
Oh, I gotta go east. All right,
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. From
Yeah, so are you having a hard time with the women there? It's not like the kind of woman you like, or what's going on in the dating scene in Arkansas? So I mean, silly, that'd be a hard place to find out. How many black people are there? Are there any black people in Arkansas?
there black people in Arkansas?
Yeah, it's a lot in Little Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's a fair amount of black people. There's more black folks in Arkansas than there were in Iowa for sure.
Right.
It's still. I
Wow.
mean, it's still not like Georgia or like
It's
Atlanta
not
or anything like
balanced,
that.
right?
So hold on, my man, you looking
Um,
for a black girl? You looking for a black girl, my man?
He's
maybe.
looking
He
for
said
I
he's
don't know.
open to it.
Oh man, stay away, fam. You don't want those problems.
Dang, you trying to make sure black women don't get married? They won't let us have nothing, will they? You're
Man,
not gonna let us have nothing.
Blake, don't pay him no attention. Poppy try to get all the women, okay? So he's trying to get you, cut you
Cause he,
out.
cause he feels he's entitled to side pieces, and you might come and suck up one of them. So no,
my
he
man,
can't.
look, I'm gonna give you an advice, man. You gotta have tough skin to mess with these black girls, man.
Why? Can I?
Papa,
We are
you're not gonna dog us. We sitting right here. We can hear
It's
you.
not black. I'm actually giving you compliment. I said you have to have tough skin to mess with
and,
black girls.
and how
Am I
and
right
how
or wrong?
and how is
Did I
that a
lie?
compliment? And how is that a compliment?
Because y'all rough, man.
Who's a compliment to who? Cause we
I say,
what?
how is that a compliment?
Because it is true.
Uh,
Y'all want let's keep it 100, man. Y'all want a white guy so y'all can run the shit out of him.
No, we want
No,
white
we
guys
want
because
to.
you don't act right.
Nah, man.
So Blake, what brought you to the black manosphere or the black sector of YouTube?
I don't know. I guess it interests me because it seems like you guys talk about a whole lot more things and are a whole lot more open, a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more going on, a whole lot of more shaking the conversation, so to speak.
Okay.
I like to talk to people that are open to hearing things,
Okay.
that'll have panels, that'll engage in different topics and hear new ideas. And there's an aspect of interacting with black folks and me being white that also adds a different element to the conversation.
I agree.
I like to be able to connect with people on a different level, and it seems like that's something that's needed. You know what I mean? A lot
Right.
of the time we get our opinions and our views from news media where all they do is talk a bunch of shit all the time, and
Right.
that's not real people. That's not the real world. This is the real world. These are real people. This is what we're doing.
All right now.
So hey, Adrian. So what you got to say to these guys? Especially Poppy, who's saying that a good man deserves a side chick.
You know what she gonna say.
Listen, Poppy can live his life however he like. That don't affect me. Do what you
Papa
like.
said, "Stop playing. You
Have
don't want
what you
some of
like.
this."
Oh, so do you believe a good man deserves a side
I,
chick?
as I'm looking at Poppy now, it explains a lot. Poppy
Ooh,
is a
that sounded
baby.
shady.
What did she say? What did you say? What did you
I
say,
said
He's a
Poppy
Adrian?
is a
baby.
baby.
Okay, he is a baby though. He
Hi,
is a baby.
baby Poppy.
I'm a grown 30-plus-year-old kid, man.
Yeah, he right. He just right too. He just right, honey.
Somebody come
Poppy's
get her.
a baby.
Oh, hold on. Who's talking right now? I thought
That
I
was
said-
that was me saying that.
Hey,
The
Adrian.
horny one.
talking? It's Adrian. Oh shit! What is the
Oh,
face, man? Why you never come up?
Hey,
Girl?
baby Poppy.
Huh?
Hey, baby Poppy. ¿Habla español, Poppy?
Sí, señora. Sí, señora. Yo hablo español todo el día.
Okay. No.
Okay, keep talking.
No habla español, Poppy.
Do like I do. Say a little Spanish and then go, okay?
Don't try like made me look. I want you to
No
come up.
habla español, Poppy. Poppy, es tú. I'm gonna do my best. Es tú Dominican?
No,
Poppy?
Colombiano.
Colombiano.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I was raised in New York. Though. I was
Okay.
raised in Brooklyn.
All right.
Colombia.
So, Are we gonna just keep talking in Spanish, or are we gonna get back on topic?
No,
Don't
we're
be
not.
out
We're not
here
going to talk in
like
Spanish because I really don't speak Spanish.
I know.
So funny, so funny. Okay, look, Poppy, baby Poppy, do what you like.
Baby
Have
Poppy.
what you like, baby Poppy, and I will continue to be that thorn in your brain.
Ooh-wee. That sounds exciting. Sound like a lot of fun right there.
You
So,
know,
so Adrian, you'll never be a side piece. That's what you're trying to say, in short. So you never answer the question. Do you believe that a good man deserve a side piece, like Poppy is saying? Hold up. Before you answer that, Blake, do you believe that? Do a good man deserve a side piece? A man who has 3 side pieces at one time. How do you feel about that now? Do you believe that a good man deserves one?
Well, that was the only time that I'd ever actually cheated in my life, but I happened to do it well that particular point.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Clearly, you was balancing 4 women. Go ahead.
But no, I don't believe that every man deserves a side piece. What I do believe is that every man deserves a good woman, and likewise, every
Oh,
every woman deserves a good man.
yeah, Poppy. Listen, go
And
ahead.
Where he going? He pandering to y'all, man. That's what he's
I
saying.
want to hear the rest of his
no,
answer. I
Poppy.
want to.
No. Now listen, I'm being honest and I'm being truthful. I'm not pandering. I'm not simping. I'm not caping to anybody. Okay, because I don't do
you
that.
know all of it.
Because I ain't gonna do that
Said no
shit.
cap.
I'll tell them something that they want to hear now, and the next paragraph in the conversation is probably going to be something they don't want to hear. So, but anyway, no. If it's a fulfilling relationship, you can have everything you want in one person. You can, and if you
Right.
don't have it right then, you can make it work. You can make it happen. Whether it be the
Alright.
bedroom, whether it be the finances, whether it be the kids, the outings, the vacations, whatever it is, you can have it. I believe that.
Right. I did too, Poppy. I mean, Blake. Now, what say you,
I
Poppy?
thought you just wanted to call Blake Poppy.
No, I meant this. I was thinking about Poppy. I want to hear what Poppy going to say. So, what say you, Poppy, to that? What's your counter?
My counter is, man, look, if he's saying that he don't want to say, that's fine, yo. But what I say was simple. Every good man that taking care of his business deserve a little side piece, yo. Because he's not allowed to marry a second wife over here. So she automatically would become a second a side piece. Right? He gets the math. Yo, the math is gonna tell you that's gonna happen. We heading towards that way. You
Okay.
know
What
what I
if
mean?
you can't? What if you can't get a side piece? Then what?
So you better be happy with what you got then.
Oh,
What?
so now you
What?
got to settle for your wife. Okay, gotcha.
What?
Poppy, would you be okay with your wife having a second man?
You see, man, I knew that shit was gonna come on. I just knew. I just knew you was gonna say some weirdo shit.
Well,
Like
it's a question.
Is it not a
It's a
legit
question worth
question?
asking.
no, it's not. That's disgusting, yo. Like, ew.
How is that disgusting?
Because it is disgusting, yo. What kind of man gonna be
But
just
you don't want to eat the vajayjay that some other man just deposited in? Was she supposed to suck on the lollipop somebody else done creamed on? Okay.
listen, man? There is a nature to be a woman, it's a nature to be a man, yo. No man is supposed to be like sharing this woman with another man. That's crazy, yo. Ew. This
So,
doesn't
hold
go
on.
both ways, man. Who says that?
How's that
Okay.
okay though?
Okay, hold on. So you're saying that a good man deserves a side piece, but a good woman doesn't deserve a side piece. That's what you're saying.
No, a good woman deserves her husband. That's it. Biology, listen, forget what I'm
Poppy
telling you.
said,
Hold on, time out. Forget what I'm telling you. Biology tell you that. If you start messing with different guys, y'all get all type of like STIs and shit like that, right?
mostly
Just
because the guy is going from woman to woman and bringing back bacterial vaginosis.
that okay, biology tells you that you're supposed to mess with one guy. You see what I'm saying?
Biology said that?
Yes.
Hold on. Let's
Yeah,
talk about biology here. Let's talk biology for a
okay.
second. Now, which one has the bodily capabilities of going and going and going? See, one of us will have to tap out eventually, and it's going to be a while before you can work it again. Now, and then the other of us could just keep accepting, 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 accepting. So which one was meant to be the hoe?
Listen, man.
A chick can literally do 10 guys in a day. A dude could not do 10 women.
So
In fact, a woman could probably take 50 in a day. I mean, literally, she could. I'm saying it'd be disgusting, but literally, she could. Could you do 50 women? Could you do one woman 50 times? Could you do one woman 25 times? I mean, come on.
no, that's impossible.
One tool is clearly meant to be used to exhaustion, and the other is not.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you get pregnant, then what? Whose baby it is?
That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Y'all wasn't worried about that when y'all was spreading y'all seed everywhere.
So he trying to say that with a woman's supposed to be is designed for one man because we only can get pregnant for one man at one time, whereas a man could get like 50 million women pregnant at one time. So that's why he's saying is that, but biology, that women are supposed to be with one man because of the pregnancy aspect versus men can spread these seeds.
I'm saying her vajayjay works longer than the penis.
Okay, and I love it. Man.
It was meant to take more work.
So, Adrian, what'd you say? What you think about that? I mean, what you got to say about it?
So, I mean, I don't know Poppy personally. We've had some exchanges in the chat. And just from talking to him right now, it seems as if he's a product of his culture. Colombian, right, Poppy?
Yes, ma'am.
Colombian.
Yes, ma'am.
It's my understanding that Colombia is in South America. Is that correct?
Next to Brazil, yes.
Okay. So it's my understanding that those countries are very patriarchal in nature.
You are correct.
So Poppy holds these very antiquated, patriarchal, misogynistic ideas.
You are incorrect.
This is how he thinks. This is how he. Ma'am?
Poppy, what'd you say? Poppy said you are what?
I said Poppy holds these very patriarchal, misogynistic ideas. This is how he thinks.
And
this
Adrian
is his
Poppy is misogynistic.
You said what, Blake?
I said Poppy isn't misogynistic.
That's incorrect, buddy.
So you are misogynistic?
Yeah, people is just throwing words that don't even know the meaning. Do you know what misogynistic means? Do you know what that
misogynistic is? Misogynist is someone who holds a hatred of women, who wants to keep a woman down in a particular type of place or role. That is a misogynist. So these cultures in these areas of the world, they hold these types of ideas. I'm sorry, Poppy. You graduated from high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah. With honors too.
Have you graduated with a bachelor's degree?
Yeah.
Have you graduated with an advanced degree?
What that don't have nothing to do with being misogynistic.
No, but the point I'm trying
degrees don't have shit to do with shit.
By your definition, you just define you. I love women, so do I hate women? Come on, man. Like, stop it. Y'all be using words that y'all listen in social media and start using it every day.
No. I'm not using words from social media. I mean, if I need to pull up a Webster's definition of misogynist, I can read that to you.
So what was your angle?
The point that I'm trying to make is that Poppy comes from a culture that holds certain ideals about what women should and should not do, what women should and should not expect, or accept rather, what men can and cannot do. This is how he thinks.
I'm not saying you incorrect.
So what I'll say is, Poppy, go find you a woman or some women who will get down with that. I'm sure they're out there. So go get you one or go get you some.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that part, but there is nothing misogynistic
Okay.
about you using the
Adrian.
wrong analogy.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I ask you a couple of questions, Adrian?
Yes, you can.
Do you have a view of what a man should and should not do, or should and should not be?
I do,
Don't think
but I
Don't think
wait,
about it.
wait.
Just answer the question.
I do, but I think it's more idealistic than anything.
Well, who says that his view of what he wants a woman to be and not be isn't idealistic?
It absolutely is idealistic.
Well, then don't knock him for it and
I'm
hold
not
yourself
knocking
up.
him for it.
Well,
It's
then
not
you're a
a knock.
misogynist if you want to call him a misogynist. So it's a
no,
wash.
I'm not knocking him for it. I'm saying, Poppy, go get what you like. Go find somebody that's going to be down with your get down and go get that.
and
That's not a knock.
That's fine, and I agree with you. But for you to say like misogynist, I actually find it funny. It doesn't bother me at all. Words never hurt my feelings, yo. But you cannot sit around. You cannot say that, yo, because I'm far from misogynistic. I love women. I'm always around women. So that right there, it destroy your whole argument. You can ask every woman around me and my family. I'm fun to be with. Like, come on, man. Somebody that hate women, shit. So that if we go by your
Okay, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Look, if we go
I
by
tell
your
you what I'm gonna do, Poppy.
Oh, hold on,
I'm
hold on.
gonna drop down off the panel just for a moment to pull up a Webster's definition of misogynist, and then I'll come back.
You want me to
it's
pull it
already
up? And then we
incorrect.
can just y'all can keep going. I'll pull it up.
No,
You know what Poppy's like? You know what Poppy reminds me of?
What?
The Sean Connery James Bond. The way back 007.
In
Have
what
you guys
way?
ever watched those old James Bond movies?
No, we're black.
Yes,
I'm
I've
just joking.
seen them. I've seen them.
I couldn't resist. Go ahead.
Are you saying the Sean Connery one?
She didn't have to go
Yeah,
nowhere. I don't know why she left. All she had to do is ask these two women right here. If I come off as a misogynist, like, come on, man, like, stop it.
No, I didn't pick up misogynistic from what you said.
No.
1%.
I'm trying to figure. I was waiting for the connection. I didn't get the misogynistic connection, so I thought she was going to bring that to the forefront. So I'm assuming she'll bring it when she comes back. But I was waiting for that. I was just sitting here quietly waiting for her to connect the dots for me, and I was like, okay, I missed the dots. But
this is what I'm trying to say. I know the definition, yo. I'm a smart
right.
man, yo. The definition says it's a man that hate women. That right there alone, we don't need to read the shit no more. It's over. I don't hate no. Why would I hate women? I love women. I love the way you smell. I love fucking the dog shit out of you. I love. Why would I hate women when my whole family is full of women, yo? You see what I'm saying? Like that, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
I think the dot she was trying to connect, and I'm hoping she'll come on and clarify. So I don't want to speak for her, but just to ask what I think would be some clarity would be she was trying to connect where you say every man deserves a side piece. It infers that someone will be degraded in that scenario, meaning her, which means there is a hatred for women because you want to degrade a woman by saying you have to have a woman in this position. You see what I'm saying?
No,
so I think those were the dots she was connecting to get to the misogyny. But I could be wrong. She could, if she come back and tell me what she said.
The reason why I'm sorry to cut you. I'm sorry. You finished?
No, I am. You didn't cut me.
The reason why I say that is because the number. I'm a numbers guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers everywhere you go is always with more women than men, right?
Yes, Poppy.
Every good man. For sometimes I be joking to you. Don't take this fucking shit too serious.
Right.
Yeah.
We cool.
I mean, this is all we just sit and laugh most of the time.
Right. You know how Adrian get down. You know Adrian love.
Listen, I ain't tripping. That's what I say. I'm nowhere near mad, but for her to say misogynist, like, whoa, that's a little crazy right there. Like, I love women. Like,
right.
So if we go by her definition, that means every gay man is a misogynist, then, right? Because they didn't even want to be with him.
Right. Right.
All right, then, yo. So This what's going on, yo. In today's society, yo, we get a hold of one word and we start using that word to death. You know how many times misogynist word go around social media every day?
Right. Yeah.
If I disagree with you right now, it would be 10 women say, "Oh my God, he's a misogynist." Like, what? No, I'm disagreeing with you, bro.
Right.
Yes.
But they also tend to confuse sexism and misogyny as well.
Now, let me ask you, because yeah, older than me, right? Yeah, went to college, right? And all of that. You graduated. How
She
many
graduated,
times,
I didn't. But go ahead.
okay, how many times in your time from high school and college did you hear that word in your college? Oh, misogynist.
Misogyny was not the first time I started hearing it
Exactly.
on the news and stuff like that was maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, and I had to go look it up.
And that's my point. That word just became a thing in the past 5-6 years, and now everybody's using it to death. That's all it is. The same thing with that toxic masculinity. She like, what that even
Right.
means, bro?
Masculine energy, feminine energy is all a
Don't
part
you
of that.
really?
High
Now,
value male.
now, exactly. Your words out of my mind. That's what I was going. Like, now we're using the high. A nigga that work at the gas station getting paid $7 a high value man. You see what I'm saying? Everybody get these words and start using them to death. Don't even know what they mean.
So Adrian puts misogynist, a person who hates or discriminates against women.
Okay. Well,
Poppy did
So Adrian, come back on and tell me if I was hitting on anything with what you were trying to get across.
Let me see. Big Dave says, if he finds a woman who's accept what Poppy wants, there is no problem.
And that's fine.
And that's I think, and Adrian was saying that too. You know, find what you're looking for. But
yeah, that don't make me a misogynist. That I'm trying to find out what's the point. What was the point?
I mean, and realistically, do you really believe a good man deserves a side piece? I don't even think, like, if you're a married man,
why not?
As a married man,
why not? Okay, think about it like this. Imagine let's say LeBron James. Let's use LeBron James as an example, right?
Okay.
If he tell his girl, like, he tell his wife he want a second wife, like, I mean a side piece, you think she in position to tell her no?
Yes.
No.
Because she can ruin his whole like persona and everything.
How?
She can ruin his finances. She can ruin his public image.
Yeah.
No, nothing that woman can do to that man except like domestic violence or some great allegations and shit like that. But what I'm trying to say is,
his persona is as a family man.
Hold on, this ain't gonna get you, yo. Bill Gates just got divorced, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was with he had a side piece his whole 20+ year marriage.
Right. But maybe if you seen Bill Gates, maybe his wife didn't want to sleep with him. And she was okay with that.
Maybe.
She just didn't want to be embarrassed by it, which all that came out after the fact that she knew. She just didn't want to be embarrassed by it. You know, there are many women that don't really care for sex, and they'll tell them that, hey, you go knock yourself out. Get it where you can get it. I don't want to hear about it. Don't embarrass me.
Women actually like that exist?
Yes, they do.
All the time. I know a couple of rich people.
I know women that would rather cut their wrist than have sex. So yeah.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. You
said
it was,
yo, look, it's a lot of, that's how the rich people move, yo. Like, that's what I'm saying. A good man, I'm talking about like a rich person. I'm not talking about everybody. Nah, I'm talking about certain people, certain kind of man that is rich as hell. You see what I'm saying? That can afford to have a second wife. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about a manager,
Joe Blow,
or Home Depot. You can even afford your own wife.
All right, Adrian is back. He's so silly. He's like, can't afford your own wife. So Adrian, what were you saying? So Poppy is very offended by you call him a misogynist, and he's
putting words in my mind.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He said he thought it was funny. He said he thought it was funny.
No, I was never offended. I'm just saying, like, you use
Baby Poppy.
Go ahead, baby.
You said what now, Baby Poppy?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't hear. Would you repeat?
I said, can you?
He just want what you have to say. He just want to know what you have to say. We all want to know what you have to say.
Oh, so I did drop the Webster's definition of misogynist in the
comments.
chat. Chat, right? Let's call it the chat. I'm sorry, it's late and I'm tired.
Yeah, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. I can hear you.
So upon reviewing the Webster's definition, perhaps that might not have been the best word choice for you, Poppy, but I don't know you personally. So what I'll say is this.
Adrian, say that you were
In
wrong.
these
Say that first.
cultures,
Yeah, there you go. Start with, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
I'm not sorry. So
This is what we were saying
first of
earlier.
all,
Women
I'm
are
not
not going to
sorry.
apologize.
And
Go
what I
ahead.
will say is, so let's be very clear, without equivocation, I am not sorry.
Okay.
And what I will say is that I possibly could have used a better word choice per the definition. So Poppy is a man of his culture, as I understand it.
I think he
So
was trying to say
if
earlier
he
that he was
believes-
not a product of his culture earlier. I think he was trying to get that in, but he couldn't get it in. I could be wrong. Go ahead.
Oh, you didn't get, oh, wow, I might have missed that when I dropped off.
No, he was saying it earlier when you were talking. He kept trying to say something, and I thought that's what he was saying. So I may be putting words in his mouth, but
I wasn't trying to say that.
So
okay,
Adrian,
what were you going to say?
So Adrian, let me ask you a question. So why can you not apologize when you said that you used the wrong word choice?
It's not in her blood. That's why.
Because I'm not.
Yeah, it's fine, man. Listen, I wasn't tripping at all.
I know. I just, just curious.
I'm just curious as to why at this point, if you say, you used the wrong word, then why not say, I'm sorry. That I shouldn't have used that
But
word.
what is there to apologize for that? I used
Maybe
I may
she's
have used the
cold,
wrong
maybe because
word.
she's miserable, maybe because she's dishonest, maybe a lot of different things. Maybe that's why she can't admit that she's
Ooh. That's
you don't
pointed and jaded.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious. You don't owe me no apology, girl. At the end of the day,
is it Blake?
I proved my point.
It is Blake, but I think the point is that we were just talking about the fact that women won't apologize.
Right.
And she's proving the point that women are not going to apologize even after noticing that they're wrong.
Okay. Let me do it my way.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
I apologize for making the wrong word choice.
Okay, that's fair.
There you go.
Right. That's all we had. Yeah. That's not there. There you go. Woo.
Okay.
That is factually true, and that is honest.
What that equivocates to is, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings.
No, but I'm not sorry if I hurt your feelings.
No, but that's the point. When you say, hold on, no. That's when I say that, I mean, like, when someone they're being forced to apologize, but they don't want to apologize, so they don't actually apologize for the crime. They actually make a very broad apology that's not really an apology for anything, because you apologize if you were offended by what I said. Now I apologize for the offensive thing that I said. I apologize if you felt some type of way about it.
Exactly. For real.
So it's an apology without apologizing. So you didn't apologize.
Okay, baby Poppy. Wait. It's Adrian and baby Poppy.
Adrian got me cracking up. Girl.
Is baby Poppy.
Wait. Were you okay? Sincerely, were you offended?
No, I wasn't at all. I wasn't.
No.
Did I offend you?
You were just making our point. That's all. That's all that was. You made our point for us.
I proved my point twice. First of all, I'm not a goddamn misogynist. I already knew that. You don't have to tell me that. And two, I proved my boy right here, Mr. Blake, why he shouldn't be
misogynist.
Black girls. This is the
Dang, yeah, Adrian. Damn, girl, I'm trying to get Blake down here to get him some good old sisters to marry up, and here you go. Prove it, Poppy, right, that black women are hard to deal with.
You see, and that you see, that
You done cheated one of my good friends out of her husband.
If I'm mistaken,
I can't.
Adrian is black. Adrian, you black,
Apologies. Right? I can't hear everyone. There's a lot of reverb on my end.
Are you black?
What?
Are you a black woman?
Look here, Poppy.
Yes or no?
I'm as black as you are. How about that?
Okay, oh man, you dark as hell then. You dark as hell. With a dark
have you seen my picture?
This would be little. I cannot see nobody picture.
That's what I look like.
Yeah, you're not dark really, but you are a black woman, definitely. You're definitely
I am a black woman.
So, Poppy, why are you trying to say that black women are difficult? A white woman would not apologize either, right, Blake?
Right there.
Hold on. But let's be fair. Blake just said in his relationships that women did not apologize, and he's never dated a black woman before. So, what are you trying to say? Is this a woman thing and not a black woman thing, Poppy?
It's a woman thing.
Yes.
The majority of the women doing that shit is black.
That's not true because Blake has just been talking about the difficulty he's had that women don't
we know he's dated a lot of women. He had 4 at one time. So he's got a lot of women to choose from, and they all don't apologize.
And listen,
and none of them were black.
I love
And I'm sorry, Blake. Blake, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you please run back my transgressions?
You want me to tell you what you did wrong?
No, you told me.
Wait for the opportunity.
I want to make sure I take mental note of all my transgressions per you, since you know me so well.
Give me about 30 seconds. No talking.
Okay.
All right. Here goes. When you use idiotic words like misogynist and they have no application to the conversation, you drag everything down in the mud into emotionalism, into shallow bullshit dialogue, and it ruins what we had going on. That's why I take offense to you using the word misogynist when it has no reason to be used whatsoever on its basic Webster's definition that you looked up and then refused to say that you were wrong about. That's what I have a problem with.
No, absolutely. From Arkansas, is it right?
What the fuck does Arkansas have to do with anything? You're wrong.
I just want to be clear.
You're wrong, and you're dragging the conversation to places that don't need to go. It wasn't even funny. Try to be cute. Call somebody a misogynist. He hates women. You don't hate women. I told you don't hate women. Shut up. Move on.
Did you tell me to shut up?
Be nice,
yes, I did.
We gotta be nice. Calm down. Calm down.
Did he tell me to shut? Did he tell me to shut up?
We good. It's not a serious joke. I wasn't offended. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But I get his point, though. I get his point.
Okay.
Oh, wow, Blake. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
Oh, my God.
Okay, Blake. Well, could you apologize to Adrian for saying
no,
shut up?
There's no apology necessary. I don't know Blake. Blake doesn't feed me, fuck me, or pay my goddamn bills.
It's good. We good.
So you have all of that, Blake.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to apologize for saying to shut up because
I would
those kinds
never.
of things are not. Those kinds of things should not be said.
Shut up.
Among adults.
Listen.
Don't go.
If you're just rude like that, then you just be rude like that, and you eat all that, and you have all of that. Poppy, where were we?
Man, listen, man.
Poppy?
Brian, we good, bro. I mean, Blake, we good, brother. Don't go, man. I mean, look, like I told you, I wasn't mad at all, yo. It is the only time that you're gonna see me mad is about you say something about my mama and my kids, and then we're gonna have a problem. Besides that, you can call me whatever.
But look here, Poppy. I ain't got nothing to say about your mama, and I ain't got nothing to say about your kids.
I wasn't saying you, darling. I'm just trying to say that's the only time that people will see the dark side of me. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so Georgie Porgy says that's why men sit in the car for hours dreading going in the house. Wow. Wow. Vegas said we need to show some respect on the panel. Dang,
Yes,
I check a
yes.
text of what
Yeah,
I missed.
I never would presume to tell somebody to shut up. I mean, that's just wow. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that was a
It's
bit
not what
much.
it's
Hold on,
not.
Well,
hold on, Adrian.
Adrian, I'll
Hold
say
on,
this,
hold on, Adrian. Hold on, hold
and
on.
then we'll cut it off. Okay, I'll say
Poppy,
this, and then we'll cut it off. I wouldn't expect another adult on a respectful panel when they jump in to start throwing around terms like that. I think
Yeah,
that's pretty disrespectful.
that's a big word. That's what I say. People get a hold of this
is
word
it as
all day.
respectful in your opinion to telling somebody to shut up? Like you're trying to take
I think
somebody's
respect is
voice
the word,
away from
Adrian.
them?
Adrian, you're missing
Is
the
it
point, baby.
that
Yeah.
disrespectful?
Adrian,
I'm
you're
just
missing the
curious
point.
in your opinion.
Baby, you're missing the point. Look, the point is that it took you what the man is trying to say that it took you like 5 minutes to say sorry. I mean, I don't give a fuck you would have say sorry or not. We cool, whatever.
And it wasn't just about you two. I think Blake was also offended by the word being thrown around because that's just like almost like the R word being thrown around at men. There's a certain words that men do not like
It's a
being thrown
trigger.
around.
It's a trigger
Right.
word.
Right, because it's so easily used and it can be misconstrued and it can be a canceling word. It can cancel people. And so that's why men are very hands off, just like we wouldn't want to be called, I don't know what K I don't know, bitches
Bitches,
maybe.
whores,
Right,
whatever.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and y'all and guys can be totally joking about it, but some women get huffy
Yeah,
about it
bitch is a
because
serious trigger word for some women. Because you say it to me,
right,
if a man says it to me, it's completely different if one of my girls said it.
right,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's fighting words. So
So
yeah,
that's why even though Poppy didn't find it offensive, Blake may have found it offensive because that's a word like that's like the male word of bitch.
It's a
Certain
serious
words.
word, yo. It's a serious word, like because if you look at the definition, but like I say, I'm not gonna take it serious. Whatever you can think whatever you want, but I knew she was wrong, and I think that the point
right.
that my
And
man
you
is trying
held
to
to that, and it was clearly wrong. And I think there should have been an apology for it, not because you were offended, but just because it
yeah.
was when once you realize you've made a mistake with something, that's the time to say, okay. And I think this is as a whole for people in general. When you realize you're wrong, because I'll argue anybody into the ground. I can debate all day, but when you prove to me I'm wrong, I will be the first one to say, "You're right, my bad. I'm
Yeah, it's not that
sorry."
hard, yo. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
the
think I
easiest
think the
thing to
reason
do.
I think the reason why Blake says something is because she dragged the whole shit for 5 minutes. Like she couldn't just say
Yeah,
sorry.
it did. It changed the whole grade of
Yeah,
the conversation.
I think that's where he was going. That's what he meant to say. I don't know. I don't
And
want to
for it to
put
be
it.
wrong at the same time, and then there was no apology. So it could definitely,
And
I
so
could
then
see
that's why you need to
that tweaked
shut
him. It
up
was a
and your
trigger.
voice needs to be
No, I'm
taken
not
from you, right?
justifying I'm not justifying the use of that terminology being thrown at you. But just like I just had to have this conversation with my sons earlier today, you have to get all of that uh, bad stuff out of the wound before you can go sealing it up. Otherwise, there's room for infection. So you have to clean it up. We have to go back into what went wrong so we can determine how we don't go there again. So he's still wrong for telling you to shut up, but there's a reason we
No, I
got to the point
disagree.
where
I
he said
disagree.
shut up.
I
So it
disagree,
needed
Kay.
to be, there needs to be apologies on both sides.
No, I disagree, Kay. I'm gonna tell
What's
you
that?
why. I'm gonna tell you why. She already what's her name? Adrian already went. She already went foul. She already went sideways. When he reacted to her action, there's no need for him to say sorry, man. It's like this. If you pull out a gun on me, right? I take the
Hmm.
gun away from you and shoot you. It's not my fault. You started it, and I'm not sorry for it.
I totally agree with that.
All right
I
then.
totally agree with that. But I think there's a level of respect we should all give each other. And again, I'm not saying Adrian was right for the statements she made. Okay. I'm not saying he was right for the statements he made. I'm saying we just need to go on and clear that shit up. That's what I lost my
I'll
source
clear
of
it.
mind.
I'll clear it up right now. I'll give you some insight. If I had jumped into this conversation at the very beginning, and rather than it being pleasant and going in a good direction, I started saying that one of you was a bitch or a cunt or a whore or something like that, or a misandrist or whatever word you don't like, right?
Yeah, female
I
trigger
started
word,
throwing it,
right?
yeah, I started throwing it out there, and then you know, one of you guys said that I was wrong, that you're not really this, you're not really that, and I refused to apologize. Then on the other end, when I refuse to apologize, somebody says, "Look, Blake, just shut up. I don't like the words that are coming out of your mouth. If you can't apologize, you can't apply correct labels, you can't talk right to somebody, you know, you're just throwing around these words, you don't even know what they mean. Just shut up." I wouldn't expect that person to apologize because I was wrong. I was wrong the way I came in, the words that I was using, how I applied them. I drug the conversation down. That's what she did. That's why I told her to shut up.
It was good, man. We're gonna talk about something else. Yeah.
But I think it is a good thing that we, Adrian, you cool? We good, Adrian?
Blake has made his point.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, so I think it's a
I'm
good thing.
here.
We could have gone really buck nasty, but we're all still here. We're talking and we hashed it out the best it's going to get. And I think that's a good
I'm
thing,
here.
right,
Can
guys?
you hear me?
Okay,
Yes.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. So Blake has made his point, and I believe that I've made my point. And so there's no need for any further discussion on that.
Okay, that's
As far
fair.
as Poppy is concerned, Poppy holds the beliefs that he does. He believes that men should have side pieces. And that is what he believes.
Right. A lot of men believe that as well. And some women believe that as
So
well. So
what
that's
I'll say, like I said earlier, before the patriarchal commentary and the misogynist commentary, what I'll say is Poppy should have what he wants, if that's what he wants, and find somebody who will get down with that. And that's just it. And that's just all.
And what do you have to say about that, Poppy?
No, that's fine. She right about the last part. She said, "You need to go find whatever you want." But the thing is, most men like the same thing. So think about it. Bill Clinton had a side piece, and that was the president of the United States. Fucking kings, all these people, they got side pieces. So, hey,
but that doesn't make it right, Poppy. It doesn't make it right.
Who are we to say if it is right or wrong?
The Bible scriptures you were talking about earlier.
And I just explained to you all the prophets in the Bible have 4, 5, 6, 7 wives.
Right. And but like Vega said, that was the Mosaic law, but we're not in the Mosaic law. Jesus died and we don't have to do the Mosaic law anymore.
Liz, people will find ways to justify their behavior. They'll use the Bible, they'll use the Quran, they'll use the statutes, they'll use whatever. They will find a way to justify whatever their get down is. The thing is, find somebody to get down with your get down.
Yeah.
And that's just it. That's just all. So I'm sorry.
And that's fair because like I mentioned earlier, I had a man who lied to me to get me on his get down, and he lied to me up and
took your options.
Right. And I end up being a side piece. So that's a very good point. You know, no one should shut up, Poppy. Yeah, you missed that whole story. So yes, I told the whole story. Yeah, someone lied to me and I ended up being a side piece for almost a year. So anyway, besides the point. Yeah, so
pharmacist, and I'm sorry. Am I calling you that now? Or should I call you something else?
Oh yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I'm still a pharmacist. Yeah.
Okay. What I'll say about that is when you're finding somebody to get down with your get down, you need to be honest about your get down. Don't lie about your get down, because that's when the shit goes sideways. That's when you end up getting castrated, like what's Lorena Bobbitt's husband. That's when you end up in some shit like that.
Right.
Oops, excuse me. That might have been a bit raw. But you know, if you're really boss about your situations, Hey, look here, dude. This is my situation. This is what I'm about. Are you with that? Yes, no? Great. Look here, girl. This is my get down. This is what I'm with. You with that? Yes, no? Great. And cheers.
Right.
Everybody had their get down.
Right.
That's right. That's 100% correct right there.
Right.
Now, what I won't say is this person should or should not live their life according to my get down. I will never say that. That's
Right.
ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. People should live their lives according to their own damn get down. So
Right.
for baby Poppy to say, oh, all men should have side pieces. No.
You're saying it wrong again. You're saying it wrong. That's not what I said.
He said good
Okay,
men
what'd
should
you say?
Good men should have a side piece.
Good.
I mean, but
Okay, I'm sorry.
he wasn't meaning that literally. You know, Poppy was just shaking things up.
I got a
I
few
don't know. I
questions.
think
I
you
mean-
mean that one. I think you mean that one.
I mean, but so
Hey, I'm trying
And
to cool
so-
us off. Hold up, Blake
Oh,
had a
my
question.
bad. My bad.
Blake, what were your questions?
Well, first, I want to ask Adrian, do you think that what Lorena Bobbitt or what other women do to their husbands or their boyfriends physically, do you think that that's justified?
I don't believe that anyone should simply put, no. I do not. No.
Okay, then why did you bring it up as though it would be a consequence of men's behavior?
Because that's what happened. Like I think Poppy even mentioned. No, I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm using your name wrong. Somebody mentioned earlier that men become territorial when they discover that their women have stepped out.
True.
I think that's
That was said
Okay.
today.
generally.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
think that is a human reaction.
So, would you expect that a human reaction from a man when his wife steps out on him is to cut her titty off?
I would not expect that, but I would not be surprised if somebody reacted violently like that.
Pretty sure it
So,
happened.
but you do expect women to cut their men's junk off?
I do not expect women to castrate their men. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's probably a good thing to not bring that up as though it would be like normalized or that you would understand it, or maybe don't leave it so opaque. You know what I mean? What is it that you want? But we know what Poppy wants. What do you want, Adrian?
She want to be alone. I can answer that for her.
That's what I want at this juncture. Yes, you're absolutely right, Poppy.
Wow.
And before we close out, Adrian, why do you want to be alone? What got you to the point where you just want to be alone?
Oh, pharmacist, that's a conversation for another time.
You always do that.
And
You always do a cliffhanger.
She said, "Cause you gonna ask me back."
It's multi-layered, really. And I don't mind being transparent. I mean, I
Okay.
just can't imagine. I can't imagine that I'm the only woman in the world who feels this way.
No, you're
But
not. Unfortunately, that's what Blake was saying earlier. Unfortunately, you're not.
I don't think I'm the only woman that feels that way, but I think that it is problematic for a lot of people that a woman, like myself, would intentionally like take herself off the market and just keep it pushing. I think that's problematic for a lot of folks because it's like, oh, well, you're of a certain age, you have no children, you might be doing okay financially. Well, why don't you want a man? Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, do you? Because I thought before we had discussed that you were open to having someone. You're just not pressed. Was I incorrect in that?
I'm sorry. I'm getting some interference. Would you repeat, please?
I said I thought we had discussed previously where you were Even though you're not pressed to have a man, you are still open to a relationship, right?
I mean, ideologically down the road, I'm open to it, but I'm not like, ooh, it's top priority right now.
Okay, right. I
Absolutely.
got you.
You know what interests me, and I'm not pushing you, Adrian, and I'm not even being ugly to you about this. When people find themselves in a difficult position, you know, they're not in a relationship, they want one, they don't want one, whatever it may be. There's a level of introspection that I don't think people ever hit. They don't ever kind of like look in the mirror and say, okay, well, I can be pretty honest and open about what was wrong with my partners, right? What's wrong with me?
She won't apologize.
Well, most people in general, I find with people that I've had consultations with, most people have a real hard time with that concept. Like
What,
Which kind of
looking
stuff
at
is that, my
themselves.
dear?
Most people don't look at themselves. I'm not saying this about you, Adrian. I'm just speaking in general terms right now. As far as consultations I've done, a lot of people don't see themselves as the common denominator. And
Right.
you know, if you've
Oh,
been in 30 relationships and all of your
absolutely.
relationships have failed, then you have to say, okay, well, I'm the only person that was in all 30 of those relationships. Maybe I need to look at me. People don't like to look at themselves.
Right.
It's always easier to blame the other persons or person or persons for why something went left and why you're not getting what you want out of life than to look at yourself and say, yeah, I probably need to look at me and deal with me.
What kind of what kind of consultations do you do?
I'm a sexual enhancement consultant.
Ooh, hot damn.
I mean, I had to do that. I had to do that.
Consultant.
I had to do that, Adrian. I had to do some self-reflection, because I really want a relationship. And I had a string of failed relationships, right, Poppy? Anyway, so we're gonna beat you to it.
You know
Okay.
what, pharmacist?
And so
I have had that. Like
mhm.
my story is very interesting, and another time, but I for a woman my age, I haven't had a lot of experience with men.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. How old are
And
you?
it just is what it is, and it's not what it's not.
Adrian, how old are you?
I'm older than you, baby Poppy.
Okay, that's a cool 42, 45. So
I didn't
She's
say
gonna let
that.
you
I
think
said I'm
whatever
older.
you want. She's not
listen,
answering.
I know women. I know women at the back of my hand, yo. When the women say that, that means she 40.
Like the back of your hand, because you be knowing the back of your hand regularly, right, baby Poppy?
Adrian, just tell us how old you are. It's no big deal.
Yeah, 40,
I'm 39.
yeah, she 40 plus.
Pardon me.
The thing with Adrian is you haven't found that guy that put her in her place because you can tell she got a mouth. You can just smell it. You can just
See, the
smell it.
correct term is sexist, Adrian. Adrian is the correct term.
Hold on.
It doesn't have
The
to be
correct term
physical
is
like that.
sexist, not misogynistic.
Baby Poppy.
That's not sexy either. It's like a
Let
man.
me say.
A man's supposed to
Let me
put a woman in her place every now and then, yo. Just like
let
you're
me
supposed
let
to
me
put a
tell
man in
you
her place
something.
too.
Let me tell you something, baby Poppy.
Yeah, go ahead, lie to me. Go ahead.
You ain't gonna never know what this mouth do.
Okay.
All right now.
Because I'm in the West Coast and I'm gonna assume you're somewhere in the East Coast. You give me like a lot of East Coast vibes.
No, she's on the West
You said, well,
Coast.
no. Actually, I'm from California.
You in
I'm a
Cali?
California girl.
Oh, I be
I
in LA
am.
all the time, yo. You in LA?
I'm from LA.
Oh, and I knew it. Why you lie to me? You see, you a liar, girl. Because I ask you, you give me like California vibe. Then California girls are bougie as fuck, yo. And I was right about you, girl. You are bougie and you know damn well you fought with a Pookie before, and you turn a front over here talk
In
about
front
you
of the
did it.
Oh my
You
God,
did.
Not a
You did.
Pookie.
so
He
And
said
me
you
and her,
had
funny.
me
a
and her always
Pookie.
go back
A
and forth.
Pookie.
No, me and her always. This is an old conversation, yo, and I'm glad she got on it because she was like, I don't fuck with none of those kind of guys. I'm like, stop it, yo, in
I
California.
listen, Poppy.
Ace, you're
I
right.
do
I
not
have a
have a
sexist
problem
too.
with being transparent.
Yeah,
I
I
have
know.
never messed with a Pookie.
Was a crib of blood, a crib of blood.
Ray Ray. What about a Ray
None
Hold
Ray?
of
on.
them. None of them. I've
She's fine.
always like listen.
Mhm,
I've always liked a square, nerdy guy.
and that's the problem. There you
Why
go,
is
the
that a
problem.
problem? I
Is it
like
a
nerdy guys
problem?
too. I like
Well,
What
nerds.
it
about
obviously is a problem because you
what about a
alone. That
what
that is
about a
that's all
square
you
nerdy
mess
guy
with.
do you like?
I like a square. Listen, Blake.
There's something
No,
sexy about a nerd. Y'all
Li-
not gonna talk about bad about them nerds. I love me a good nerd.
listen,
I'm
listen,
intrigued. I'm asking.
listen. I like a man with a nice, big
Big brain.
vocabulary.
I was going to say, what are you about to say, Adrian?
A
What?
big what?
I was ready to cover brain. A big brain, big vocabulary is what she said.
Mm,
A big vocabulary. Okay.
so
Vocabulary.
that turn you on?
All
I can
right.
say
It
a few big
does.
words.
You said what now?
I can say a few
What?
big words. That
I
will make
like
you
the
walk
big
real
words.
quick. I would
I
make you.
like the big words.
Yeah, you want the big words?
I like the big words.
I got a big dick. That's what I need.
Oh
Oh,
Jesus!
You said
I
what?
like them
Hello,
words.
hello.
I
Them words ain't
can't.
gonna do you like I do you, baby.
Oh,
So you
somebody
like
over here talking
intelligent?
shit.
I
what happened, kid? What happened?
Somebody talking shit about you, girl. Ace over here talking shit.
How about what? What are you saying?
He said, I need Tish to get monetized so I can send a super chat for her forehead.
Oh, screw him. I saw that.
I was like, wait a minute.
see. I see before the billions comment here. I'm a nerd who stays in the gym. Yeah, before the billions is a guy that I could fall for. Now wait. Now
Uh-oh.
wait.
You are
Listen.
lying.
Now listen. He need about 15 years on him though, and he
Oh,
needs to
okay.
be available.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know how she
So
capping you because
before
she's
the
alone.
billions has a woman. Okay. So I'm not trying to be wrecking homes and stuff. That's not my
Right.
get down.
Adrian, can
Yeah.
I got another question for you. If we had met on better terms and we dated, let's say, and I stood up to you and we had a confrontation like we did this evening during the course of
Mm-hmm.
our relationship, would that be an ender for you?
Would that be a what?
Would that be an end to the relationship for you?
If y'all were dating, he told you to shut up. Would it be an end of the relationship?
Probably yes.
No, she said
Really?
probably, so I mean no.
Probably yes. And I have to say, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible.
Why you got to
I
try?
am not one. I'm not one. I am not one to be silenced.
Yeah.
Like there's something very, very truly disrespectful. Am I saying something funny?
Oh shit, no.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what's it? I don't know. I don't know what. I can't see the chat right now. By the way.
No. I just have the giggles. Go ahead.
Okay.
She might have been laughing at the way that I said yep after you said that you're not one to be silenced.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not. There's something like truly very disrespectful about attempting to take a person's voice from them. To me.
Is there
and I'm just going to be even more clear, like even when my parents used to try to take my voice from me, it would be a lot of lip. It would be a lot of pushback.
Okay.
is there somebody that you can imagine that you would hold in high enough regard or esteem that you would allow them to rebuff you the way that I did this evening and not cut off relations with them?
I can't think of anyone.
You're doomed, woman.
You're probably right. And cheers to that.
Mm.
Well, no, let's get some final thoughts because I got to be at work at 9 o'clock in the morning for a
Oh,
12-hour
girls on
shift.
I gotta go too.
Yeah. So, Adrian, what final words do you have for tonight? What do you believe? Side chicks or no? Side chicks are winning or not?
She probably was a side girl before.
I don't think side chicks are winning, and we had that conversation about the side chick getting sued by the wife.
Right. Okay. So
Mhm.
that's
I
your
don't
thing.
think it's not a good financial plan. It's not a good thing to do.
Right. What about you, Poppy? What is your view on side chicks? They're a good thing, you said? They're necessary for society, you said?
Yeah, as long as everybody is fucking cool with it, why not? Like I said, who are we to say what's right and what's wrong? If the wife agree, because at the end of the day, the wife have to sign off to him.
Right. At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
about the men that get the side pieces and don't tell their wives? Is that okay?
Wrong. That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Trying to
good,
figure out
good.
where your limit was. Okay.
What about you?
I don't want to lose my house. Shit. That.
Well, that's good. You think about stuff like that. Okay, great.
Nah.
All right. What about you, Blake? Side chicks? Nah. What?
Like I said, a side chick is a drug. A side guy is a drug. Sometimes you need to take drugs, but it's not a sustainable or long term solution. It's not fulfilling. It's a no go. It's not good.
Hold up. Hold up. You know what? We asked you this question. I don't think we ever got an answer. Would you do it again?
No.
Would you have a side chick again?
No.
I think we did answer next.
I keep asking. I never heard a hard answer. I don't know. So he was kind of like a little piggy in the rodeo. I can never catch him on it. Never rough him up on the answer. All right. What about?
It didn't do anything good for me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, what about you? Okay, bye, Adrian. Bye. What about you? What about Kay? What do you feel about side chicks and side dudes?
I stick to my guns. You can't side chick to the grave. You got to have another retirement plan because that's not gonna work.
Tish, why you ask her that question, man? You know she married. You trying to like?
I said,
well, you know what though, but this is the thing. I'm not that married chick that says there's no reason for a side chick. I think there's always a reason for a side chick.
Now she want to start checking homeboy phone all the time. Like, let me see your phone.
No, you know what? I'm not that chick. I'm not that chick. I don't check my husband's phone. My husband's phone could sit right next to me and ring, and I will not look at it. You want to know why? Because no one's calling me on his phone. No one's calling me on their phone. You want to know? You want to know why else?
Right there.
I expect him to give me the same respect.
I love what Big Dave said. One woman is plenty enough for me. Hallelujah, Big Dave. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm. Yeah, baby.
They happy with that, man. Everybody got to get what they like, yo. Or probably Big Dave.
Adrian said her phone is dying.
And
I wanted to share something with you real quick. When I had when I was juggling those 3 chicks, I had,
you mean 4?
4, because you had a main chick.
Well, yeah, whatever. I was juggling the 3 on the side, but anyway, I had saved. I don't think I'm a pioneer in this, and I'm sure somebody's done this before me, but I had saved their numbers in my phone as names that were like names of guys. It would have been like Wayne.
All dudes will do that. All dudes do that.
And women, yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
I thought I was brilliant, and I thought I was the first one in the world to do it, but apparently not.
That's one of the other reasons I'm not going to bother to check a man's phone, because if I was dipping, the dude I was doing would be named Tish. So you know what I'm saying? That when you look on the phone, you go see Tish is calling. You're gonna look the other way. So I would expect that he would have enough sense and respect for me to lie real good. So you better have your shit together on your phone. That shit better say Earl. Whatever the case may be, it better be a dude's name on there. Right. So that's commonplace right there. You better get it together. If you're gonna do it right.
That's player 101, Blake.
Otherwise, you don't respect me if you didn't even play it well. You treat me like a dummy. Okay, she should have been looking for that, but she might not have been looking for that because not all women are hip to that game.
Right.
You gotta. This is like you'll ignore those text conversations too. So there's not even a need to delete the conversations because she don't want to know what you saying to Brad. She
Right.
want to know what you saying to Tanya. So she looking
Right.
for Tanya text messages, and all along you and Brad are sending pics back and forth and talk about what y'all gonna do to each other. But Brad is really Brenda, and she's missing it. So a smart woman reads the conversations between guy friends. That's what you're
Yeah.
looking for. Just like a smart dude will look for the conversation between Tish and I versus the conversation between me and Dude. Because if I have Dude in by his real name, all the real text messages between us are gone. It's just, hey, hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Family's good. Okay, have a good day. And the rest of the conversation has been deleted.
Or the fact that he had 7 new text messages in the last 2 hours from a phone number that says work.
Right. Or so
Yeah,
from dude,
work
'cause
is a
dude,
dumb one.
yeah.
Work is a dumb name to put in anything. Because who names their job? Do y'all really put in work?
Or put
In
it,
the,
or maybe a coworker, and say, "Oh, we
yeah.
got so many problems,"
Work is
and
calling. You don't put the
right.
manager's name that's calling you. It just says work. Who does that? Okay, I digress. We gonna get y'all guys together. Y'all go get your game tight. I'm telling you.
Right. I mean, and then I don't believe. I mean, I've been a side chick by accident, and I didn't like it, and I don't suggest it to. Shut up! I was dumb.
I
But
need to hear
anyway,
that one, Bill.
I'll tell you about it later on, but or rewind and watch the beginning of it. But yeah, so I just don't agree with, especially at this phase in my life. I'm just too old for all of that. I'm just too old for side chicks, side dudes. I just
Right,
want
that's too much to keep up with. You keep this
right,
stuff
and
simple.
I'm like a man. I'm too lazy to keep up anyway. I'm just gonna get
Right.
lazy, and everyone will
It's
find
just
it anyway. So
yeah,
like,
exactly. Leave that shit in your 20s.
right, and or no later than your 30s, but 40s. No, that bye bye. It's
No,
over.
don't wait till your
Poppy,
dick is broken to get it together.
did you hear what she just said? She
What's
What?
said,
that?
I'm like a man. She said, I'm like a man. I'm lazy.
Mm.
She's cutting us
Yeah.
down again. Why do they do it every single time?
No,
And
hold on.
that's
No,
why
no,
you
no,
need a
no.
side
Oh,
one, man.
oh,
That's why you
oh,
need a
oh,
side piece.
Men are
oh, but
lazy with the cheat. Most men are lazy with the
yes,
cheating.
now
They
that's very
real
fair.
like I
Y'all
say
are
it
very
all the time.
lazy.
Men screw by convenience. They'll screw your neighbor. They'll screw their wife's best friend, their wife's sister, their own coworkers. Women will find a man out of town in a whole other state and go see him. He might not even know her
No,
last name. He
no.
definitely
I
don't know her
disagree.
husband's name,
I
know her
disagree.
address. No, y'all will bring your side chick to your house because you think
Uh-huh.
your wife is busy. Y'all are messy with it. Now, I have to agree with her on that. Men can get real lazy with it. You have some that are on top of their game, but most
Very
men
rarely.
are real lazy, and that's how they get busted.
Can you
I guess
counter that? Can you counter that,
I
Blake?
guess I was never lazy because I never got caught, but
Or
it
you
was the
just have an
general like
honest face, and maybe they just didn't even suspect anything to look for anything.
Hold
you
up.
think
So,
that's what it was?
so none of your excuse me, none of your chicks knew about nobody.
The one knew that I was with my baby mama, and she was trying to get me to go back with her, and I should have. But she was the only one that knew. The other ones
Okay.
didn't.
Okay. So you never got busted per se.
No, no.
Man, you were
That's
good. I
smart.
mean,
I could
yeah.
I, I could have very easily, but I didn't. No.
Poppy,
Wow.
hold on, Poppy. You don't like what I said?
Hey, I'm checking my
Come
chat, man.
on, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me men do
No,
not
no,
screw
no.
by convenience.
No. One thing I gave you that women is smart when it comes to cheating.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
smart.
lazy. We're not lazy. So when I say that men are lazy, I'm talking about when it comes to cheating, not lazy in general. Just when
I'm
it
gonna
comes
tell
to
you why.
cheating, because
I'm
I don't want Poppy and Blake start digging in my ass because they ain't gonna go down like it went with Adrian. Okay, it's gonna
No,
get
I'm gonna tell
gutter.
you why. I'm gonna tell you why women is smarter because when a woman is stepping out on you, she let the next guy know. Like, listen, I called you. You see what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
I'm playing the side, if I'm the side guy, I'm happy with that. I don't have to take you out. I don't have to put up with your 2-3 hour conversation. I don't have to put up with none of that. All I'm waiting for you to tell me I'm coming over. That's the side man job right there. Like, I'm coming over, baby. That's it. I cannot talk to her past 6 in the afternoon. Now, us men, we dumb as hell. We dumb as fuck. We be laying up with our girl in her bed and we testing the other girl. Oh, yo, what you doing? I'm thinking about you. That's some dumb shit. Knowing damn well that girl gonna reply back and trying to call you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So Blake, so do you want to apologize to me?
No.
For what?
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything mean to you. Did I?
Apologize for what? What do you miss? What I
For
missed?
saying that I said that men were lazy.
Well, you did say that. You said I'm like men. You said I'm like men. I'm lazy.
Yes, but like Adrian took things out of context. You took things out of context, and you expected apology. So I thought maybe you could practice. You shut up. So I thought maybe you could practice what you preach.
So when you said lazy, you only meant about cheating.
Yes, Blake. So now, with that being clear,
I misunderstood you.
That's okay, because she was saying that she would be a lazy cheater.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, he was getting your apology. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. I thought. Go ahead, Blake.
I misunderstood you.
Yes.
But I still don't think that men are lazy cheaters, because I'm not. But I understand.
Tish,
I understand you.
Tish, you're muted. Tish, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Are you talking? Okay, now I hear you.
No, I was listening hard. That's what I was doing.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Sorry. Somewhere in there, I thought your lips were moving.
No, I was listening to. I was probably like, I apologize. So
trying to get your nut. I saw you. She was trying to get a little nut off of that one. She needed that. She needed that to get to the edge. She was right there at the cusp of it, and she just needed that apology, but you didn't quite give it to her. But she thought she was gonna get it, and she was almost there. She was almost there.
There are some crazy women, man. I'm about to
Blake cheated her out of that orgasm. She was so nigga. She was like, "This is gonna put me to sleep real good. This is gonna put me to sleep real good." Yeah, then he didn't give it to you.
So Blake, I was almost there. Going to tip me over, baby. Come on, baby. Come on.
No, he took it back. He took it back.
Hold on. Sweetheart, I'm so sorry for thinking that you would call me lazy. You're a much better person than that. And I'm very sorry that I misunderstood you. Will you accept my apology? Babe, please.
You didn't have to say all of that, but yes, I will accept your apology. Thank you.
No, Blake was going for that nut. That's all. Blake was trying to grab it home for you, girl.
Thank you.
Blake came home.
Yeah, he started all over. He gave me that full body.
I should have had Poppy do it. It would have sounded a whole lot better.
No, because I wanted you, because you were the one. So you the one that would have done.
They want it from you tonight. Man, I know. They want the white chocolate.
I wanted you to speak for me. Blake say he's sorry, baby, and I can't do it. You got a whole lot more suave. You got a lot more.
I can get
Blake looking good to add to the roster. See, Poppy already got a roster. Blake doesn't have a roster right now. Tish could get position number 1. Huh? What?
No roster, man. Why you put that on me?
You don't have no roster? But all good men. You're not a good man. A good man would have a roster, right?
I'm a fucked up nigga.
You know what? I'm done.
Okay. And on that note, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
I'm done. Good night.
Thank you so much, Poppy. Thank you so much, Poppy.
Night,
Thank you so much, Blake. Thank you so much,
I
Kay.
was talking to y'all, man.
Thank y'all in the chat. I love y'all. Thank you, especially to the new people. Thank you for the old people. Thank y'all and good night. Love y'all. Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye, puppy.
Bye, puppy.
Oh no, what is that noise you're making and why?
Bye, guys.